dfcradio.com.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, Dick.
Oh, yeah. Booyah. Talking about the Htgs show. Knowing someone better than your show. Everybody knowing this whole show. Yeah. Talking about the Htgs show.
Oh, what is... He can't even separate families anymore. How's it gonna stop Heavy T? He's gonna send a little troll and be like, y'all can't talk about cannabis. This is horrible.
That's amazing.
What's growing on? Hey, Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. It's the one cannabis show worth listening to right here on DFZ Radio. All of them on DFZ Radio are worth listening to.
Listen up.
But this one on Wednesday. Did that make sense, Horty Chris?
Totally.
All right.
Totally made sense to me, player.
But, you know, we're doing what we do, which is what, Horty? What do we do here? Tell us.
We give out the dopest grow knowledge and the freshest grow key.
And we have totally legit takes on how to grow up the dankest. You will be saying thank you very much after you talk to us.
You'll be like, what's growing on?
You'll be like,
thank you.
What's growing on? What's smoking on? What are we smoking on to start the show off with, Jiggity?
This is some gelato.
Oh, it's legit.
Gelato.
Is this some of the liquidated gelato, or this is the compliant gelato?
All right.
This is the it's none of your business gelato.
Oh,
Yeah.
right then. This is mind your own gelato?
Yeah, it's the Kermit gelato.
That's like a good neighbor, stay over there. Yeah, July 1st is coming up here in California, which means for a lot of dispensaries, they may be limited on their selection of what you're able to buy there. So there's never a more better reason to get your grow on is you might not be able to get what you want most at your local dispensary until, in California at least,
Yeah, who wants to smoke dispensary weed anyways?
Well, if it's grown at places like Beach Center or Stone Age or places that are growing the plant with respect and using the right methods and
respect.
So they say.
So they,
I know what J.D. Jerome
You know
does.
what?
Hey, I could show you.
He
some,
uses Roundup.
No. What's that?
Just on his cover crops on his TLO.
I'm not
Total
trying to
Living
kill
Organics.
weeds forever.
Yeah, but we're here, and we are doing our show tonight, so call in 562-653-0707. Horty Chris, Jiggity Jerome are here. We also have Blue Lab Cindy dropping it. Every time Cindy comes in, she's giving away meters, too. So let the whole farm know that we're hooking it up tonight. You got to call into Heavy T's Grow Show to get your hookups, including from our other sponsors like GH, Fermicrop, Botanicare, Smart Pots, the only fabric pot we fuck with. Lighting from Nanolux. Go to nanoluxtech.com. Also, those Blue Labs, Green Pad CO2, Turpinator making a AAA, Mission Fertilizer giving away entire lines of organic fertilizer. So
Bayer.
So Bayer's not a
Owners
sponsor.
of Monsanto.
It's only sponsoring that joint you're smoking.
All right.
Right there, and I only smoke my own.
I
That's
thought
why
it tasted like
I have
aspirin.
My own quiver over here. We also are going to be announcing
smooth,
a
Jerome.
huge deal for us. We're actually
Yo, heavy tea.
going to be co-sponsoring a skybox at a Dodger game and inviting listeners, or actually where you can win to come to a Dodger game with Horty Chris, Horty Chris's side bitches, Aaliyah, and
there's only
Oliver's,
20 seats. If I brought my side bitches, there wouldn't be room for anyone else.
Jerome and the whole city of Los Angeles.
That's
Me and Saint, as well as a couple other commercial cultivators and some cannabis celebrities are going to be there with us. So we'll be announcing that in a couple. But before we do, let's talk grow. Go on out to Allie and the LBC. Allie, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey, girl.
I was just wondering if there's a tip to get my my clones to root faster.
Hold on. Can I get a co-host that doesn't roll his joints in the microphone?
Goddamn.
Gosh, why don't you crumple,
Jesus Christ.
crumple,
Tell
ripple
me again
skin,
why you got this guy on the show.
Mr. Crumple Skin? I don't know.
Because he actually grows
Crumple
already.
still skin?
Crumple Skin, yeah, something like that. Crumple Skill Screen?
Well, currently.
Crumple still.
All right, but hey, this is
Crumple steel cone
this
over
is
there.
an issue for growers from rooting, actually taking a clone or starting a seedling all the way through. Fastest way to generate roots on plants that already have it, or your cuts, Allie?
She's her cousin.
Your
Can I
cousin?
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How long
you wanna
does
ask
it?
Allie?
How long does it take? Yeah, I know it's your show and all, but she is calling in. So
I'm Megalomania T.
hell yeah, all day, every day. How long is it
This
taking your
bear
clones
tastes
to
great.
root?
I've had it as fast as a few days, but these ones it seems like it's taking longer. I've had them for a week or something.
Is it
week and a half.
the same genetics?
Yeah, it's the same group of genetics. Yeah.
What do you mean the same group?
Like-
it either is or it isn't.
They're all
No,
OGs.
it is,
They're all
it is. I just
cookies.
took
What do you
them
mean?
from different plants.
It's a different plant though, right?
Yeah.
It's not the plant that the plant you were cloning and getting roots in 3 or 4 days is not the same one that's now taking a week or longer, right?
No, I've cut it from the same plant even, and it still seems like it's taking longer.
Okay, well then what have you changed since what you used to use or do?
I haven't had it sealed up as much, the top on it, the dome,
Okay.
and maybe that's the reason. But I thought they were getting moldy with it on all the time. So
Yeah, I mean, after a few days, you want to get to where you can kind of leave the dome off, as long as the humidity in the room isn't drastically low, because that will encourage the plugs or cubes that you're using to start to dry out and force the plant to search out water and make the roots pop a little quicker. And if you keep it too moist, obviously you'll get dampening off where it gets moldy and wilts over right where it goes into the cube at. But you're using the same cloning solution, the same method. Are you dipping the clones directly into the container of solution that you're cloning with, or do you pour some out and use it and then throw it away?
no, I've just been taking the cut straight into dipping it straight in.
So you're not even using a cloning solution?
Just the rooting gel.
Okay, so the gel, you have a container of gel, right?
Yeah,
Do you dip the clones into the container of gel?
yeah.
You might have contaminated it.
This is a true story, Allie.
I
So
didn't
your
know
hormone in your rooting gel facilitates things to start growing like roots.
Listen up.
If you also cross-contaminate it with bacteria, fungi, which is around us all the time. So as soon as you crack that open, from that point on, when you store it in the refrigerator, so you slow the growth of anything growing that's in there. And don't dip whatever plant or any of your cuttings directly into the container. Put some into a shot glass and use that shot glass and discard it after you're done. Horty, all
I
those
haven't
questions,
been keeping in the fridge either.
all those questions walking down that road are spot on. But I think most of the time, especially in Southern California, there's a difference, and it's slight, but there still is a difference between winter and summer here. And if you're using heat mats for the winter and you're having a lot of success and you're right on that cusp and it warms up during the summertime or during the
Turn it off.
it can be problematic. Also, the health of your donor plant, your mother plant, is paramount in the success of your cuttings, right? If you have an old mother plant that you've kept around and it's had problems or it's under low light conditions and you have a lot of snarfy retarded growth pretty much where it's just kind of pushing out new growth, but it doesn't look, it's not woody, it's not like it used to be, then you want to change mothers, right? Or you want to transplant it to allow more roots to grow. Once more root starts growing, the top of the plant will correlate new growth, and it will usually grow out of those funks. But if you're taking cuts from a plant that's under stress, you're taking those traits of that stress plant with you to your donor plants, and because it's stressed out, those traits are with it. The rooting time may be longer. It may not root at all. And even when it does root, sometimes those plants will start pre-flowering or showing strange
Single
type of growth
leaves,
patterns where it's destabilized. And when we talk about genetic drift with our mother plants to our clones, you'll hear growers say, or forums say, don't switch out your mothers every grow. Don't just veg and take take cuts off of those veg plants and put them in there, and then it goes. You're going to have genetic drift, and there is some correlation to that because if you have veg plants that you take a bunch of cuts off and then you go throw them into flower, but when you took those cuts at that moment, you were taking stress cuts. You don't have any mother stock to go back to. When you have mother stock, you have the same plant. You can go back and actually bring that mother back to health and rejuvenate it, right? You can't do that once the donor plant has been taken out of the vegetative mode or the mother mode and put into bloom. So if you're doing that where you're taking veg plants and there's some type of stress, that could have destabilized it. What's going on? The environment could be different from from winter to summertime. And then, of course, there's contamination issues and different temperature issues that we got to focus on this time of year.
And also, just she said she usually gets roots in 3 or 4 days, and now it's taking like a week, right?
I'm right. Hold it wrong.
Even 7 days for a clone to root isn't necessarme bad.
I know when she said 3 or 4 days, Jerome was like, "Damn, I got a job for you."
Yeah,
man.
he's like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, do you like chicks? Hey,
Like
give me her number, Mark." I'm sorry, what was that?
We missed that last part.
Yeah, we were
Alex.
talking over you right now.
Oh, no, I was just saying it didn't even seem like close, like even after 7 days, that's why. But I wasn't putting the root gel in the fridge, or I was just dipping it straight in, and it was kind of like an old container I had.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to, just like like with eye drops, they tell you like don't touch your eye with the actual dropper because you'll contaminate it, right? It's the same. Like you don't. There could be mold. There could be things on the plant stem like mold, mildew, spores that aren't affecting the plant, but they could just be, there, and then you could dip them in there. So or you could even get like a little piece of plant matter in the container, and then it kind of rots inside of that gel. So whenever you use the gel, you pour out the amount you want to use, and then you discard the leftover.
Yep. Some other things for not successful rooting for yourself and other listeners: spraying the plants down too much, keeping them too moist, where you have a dampening off, where you're actually rotting the clone out right where it goes into the grow medium. That's a huge problem for most growers. They all think that more is better, right? We all do. More is better. More nutrients better. More light is better. More.
Yeah, keep the cubes completely saturated because the plant doesn't have roots, so it needs to be soaking wet. Isn't necessarily true. Maybe for the first day or two until that cut kind of seals itself off, and then after that you kind of want to let them dry out so that you have to re-wet them. And usually once they dry out over the course of 5 to 7 days, then when you re-wet them, you'll notice almost immediately roots will start showing.
If your dome looks like the marine layer at like 3 in the morning in Long Beach, then it's a problem.
Yeah,
but
of
course,
your dome is
we're
completely
here
soaking wet.
We're here to hear the expert opinion of Jerome. So what do you think, Jerome?
Well, I mean, truthfully,
honestly,
I'm not even gonna lie.
If you want me to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like to.
Let's hear what
I like to put my clones in a little bit of Jiffy peanut butter, and then I use some Regala on
Turn
it.
off, Horty.
And then I put them under my.
You can't listen to this anymore. Success and pitfalls. She's in our area. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. For personal use, my favorite method has always been to grow with loose rock wool in an air pruning pot, whether it's a smart pot or an air pot. That's been a method I've done for a long time with loose rock wool. For me, the best clones I've ever had is going with a little easy cloner machine. It's almost fail-safe at that point. and the roots are just enormous when you do the transplant. Even into a 1 gallon pot, I would see about 3 or 4 days before they're already bone dry or ready to be fed again. So it's that's the way I personally would do it if you're doing it on a smaller scale. If you want to just figure out a way to just do it easy and just learn from that experience, because the hardest part is you got to realize these plants aren't going to develop roots when you have water saturating the clone's stock.
They need air.
They need to chase water. They need to develop roots. So if you keep it fully saturated, not only do you cut off its oxygen supply at some point, it is going to start to degrade and start to become more of a moldy mess in there, because the plants themselves, as you see, they get slimy. They'll start to wilt.
It becomes
and change
anaerobic,
color.
and then a pathogen starts growing, and it gets nasty real quick.
Absolutely. But for a lot of beginners, like the Easy Cloner, I bought one. I just bought the little clear res solution, changed it every 3 days, followed the instructions that it said, and kept the temperature roughly about 75 degrees.
How'd
It
you
was
do
fine.
that?
How did I do that?
How'd you keep the temperature 75?
Well, that was easy. The room was cool.
I use a cycle timer on that
T5.
bitch. 1 minute on, 4 minutes
But I did
off,
buy a
and that's
1/10
40 wants to be
horsepower
turned
chiller
back on.
for it eventually, and
Oh shit! You got a chiller for it? Did you install it in a Ferrari?
Your 16 site
Dude,
chiller.
I'll show you a picture. I had a Tea brewer on.
I've
the
got a
chiller.
1 horsepower chiller, brother.
I like to use an
Easy
Easy Clone machine, and I get the clear res, and I got the gold plated one, that most expensivest one.
Yeah,
that
brother,
2
me
Chainz
too.
Had. Yeah, and then I put a chiller on it.
Did you put rims on that?
I put a chiller on it. I stuck it in my Ferrari.
Did you lease it?
with rims in a mansion in Beverly Hills?
No, let me tell you a
that
little
I
story
rented,
about
and I'm
these
telling you, man,
chillers.
I got
Hold on, Allie's still
I got
there.
fucking roots in 3 days.
Guys, let me give Allie
I got
some
roots in 3
gear.
days.
She does not want to stay on the phone any longer with us. Allie, I'm sending you some things. I'm going to send you some Green Pad Juniors.
Yeah.
That'll
you
help with
you
money.
put those in the dome. Yeah, they will absorb the moisture
Soil
and they will
industrial.
give off CO2. The plants will stay greener. The roots will happen faster. I'm also going to send you, what else do I have? Some Rhizoblast from Botanicare and some Liquid Karma. So when those roots pop out, you'll be good to grow. Put them in some smart pots that I'm sending you, as well as a Heavy Tea swag pack. Allie, you're hooked up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. Tell everyone what's up. Heavy Tea's got it growing on. You dig? She dig. She dig. She digged it. Dugged it. But honestly, what were you gonna say?
What?
Literally, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. Y'all motherfuckers are just so honest today.
Just so honest.
So honestly, so I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't
Alfonso's
gonna
on the
lie.
phone and he's got a question. What's up, Fonzie?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to switch over to cocoa. Well, right now I'm in soil, and I wanted to know which way is the best way to do that.
Get cocoa.
Yes.
Treat it just like soil.
Damn, man, good thing we got Jerome here.
Now, one
It's so helpful.
one good thing, you're gonna be in full control of the actual nutrients you put into the medium. I would look for a cocoa that's already been buffered, not only with a good amount of calcium, but also been pH stabilized as well. So look into getting a better brand. Like one of the ones that I know I've personally used was the Big City Hydro Mix, and it was fine right out of the bag. It's got plenty of aeration, so.
Alfonso, do you go to like a local hydro store?
Yeah, it's called Room to Grow out here in Lancaster, California.
Okay, yeah. I mean, get a good mix. They probably have the
Big City is a good one.
They probably have
Yeah,
the Big
it's
City
got-
there. If
Ready Grow is a good one
Ready
as well.
Grow is a good one. Make sure you just get a quality one from a store, and
But those are ready to plant in. That's the thing. You don't have to mix or do
Right.
anything.
and
Let's
it's got
make
a
it as
perfect,
easy for
it's got a
Alfonso.
good ratio of like pith to fiber, and you'll want some perlite in there. And
Okay.
sometimes I like to maybe even add a little more
Both of those
perlite,
have
just
perlite?
so that you have a little more aeration and need to water a little more frequently. But
Right.
maybe that's not what you want to do. Maybe you don't want to have to water like
No, I
3
don't.
times
I
a
just
week
want-
instead of twice. Or
Yeah, I'm out in the desert. I'm trying to save money and balling on the budget.
Sucker,
Got
you're
you.
in the desert. You're going to be watering 3 times a day.
yeah,
Whether you're in soil or not. Come on.
he's like water. We don't have no water
Let's
out
get-
here. I'm in the desert,
Let's get
motherfucker.
real.
Yeah, I'm
But so,
I'm growing in and out.
okay, so
that's the-
when
you
you're
know.
growing in cocoa, though, The mindset, like Jerome was saying, is you treat it like you do with soil in how often do you water. You wait for it to go from completely saturated to dry, and then you water, which may be every day. It may be every other day. It may be every third day. It's when it needs it.
In the beginning, it may be every couple of days as the plant gets bigger.
The biggest thing to get into your head going to cocoa, Alfonso, is you are responsible for feeding this plant with the water that you give it. In soil, you give the water to the plant. The soil feeds the plant, right? It breaks down. It gives the plant nutrient. With cocoa, that doesn't happen. It's an inert medium. It is a hydroponic method. It's just there to make sure the plant doesn't topple over and to hold some hydration so it doesn't wilt. But every time you feed it full strength nutrient. So I'm going to send you some of the Cocoa Tech A and B from General Hydro. That's your base nutrient. I'm also going to send you some of their Floralicious Plus and some smart pots, the fabric pot to plant in them, because straight up more air you get to the roots, the better. Cocoa allows you to get a lot of air to roots. It has about a 60-40 ratio, which is 10% higher than what you'll get out of soil typically. And the smart pot allows for more aeration as well. So that's key, so you don't have any root rot or any other problems, which you shouldn't get in cocoa, but you need to feed every time. If you give it fresh water, what's he doing, Horty? You know.
You're starving the plant.
Yeah. And we don't like starving shit. Like, do we look like we missed a meal?
Nope.
Going to cocoa, would that make the yield better and the weight better and all that? Or what's the purpose of going and switching from soy to cocoa?
You have the purpose of switching from soil to cocoa. Well, there's benefits per se.
Right.
Like you are feeding the plant what you want it to get and what it needs when it needs it. With soil, you have to wait for nutrients to become available. Things have to break down sometimes.
It's more control is how.
You have
I
better
would
control.
explain.
Yeah, you have more control. If you notice your plant's lightening up a little bit, you can give it a little bit of a nitrogen boost, and boom, within a day or so, it's back on point. So you have more control of it that way. And in my opinion, I think that when you can feed a plant and control the nutrients that it gets, that you get a better quality
There's an
product.
8-week bloom cycle typically for our favorite plants. An 8-week cycle, give or take a week. And there's a very small window to maximize every potential, opportunity during that 8 weeks. You may need to maximize vertical growth during the first 2 weeks to fill out your canopy. There's ways to do that. If you miss that opportunity, boom, it's gone. Weeks 3 and 4 are bulking and flower development. If you underemphasize phosphorus and potassium during those weeks, you're not going to get a chance to get that back. And it goes all the way down the line, weeks 5, 6, 7, all the way to flush. Or if you don't flush right, you're going to have some Bamber fireworks up in your zob, right? So cocoa allows you those opportunities. Not saying that soil people can't get the same results. It's just a lot more labor and a lot more difficult to get that experience with soil to understand how those raw materials break down. Where you can add organic as well as synthetic inputs into the water and make it available, boom, instantly. And that's why I prefer cocoa. That's why I prefer hydroponic methods.
Exactly.
Except I own 2 hydro shops, a radio station. I'm making deliveries to Beat Center every day because Jiggity Jerome forgot bubblers last week.
No, that wasn't that.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm busy, so that's why I grow cocoa.
Hey, don't ever be afraid to let your plant dry out just because you're trying to save money. I'll put it this way. The more frequent you can actually feed a plant, the better. You're going to have a
But you don't want algae growing. If algae's growing,
if it's drying out, don't be concerned that you have a medium that's just going to dry out too fast. That's a good thing. You want to be able, like, the bigger the roots, the bigger the fruits. You ever research a bunch of tomato plants, and you see these little tiny rockwool blocks with these giant-ass fucking tomato plants.
There's
and
never been a
underneath.
search that said tomato plant search in my fucking
no,
Google.
for real. But it's like
Tomato
you can
plant
grow
search.
giant-ass plants with a smaller
It's like
medium
the Mac.
by feeding it more often. The thing is when you have an air pruning pot that allows you to build a denser root mass, the more surface area of roots, the more you're able to chelate and absorb those water and nutrients back to the plant.
This is
and
true.
if you're able to dry that plant out, trust me, it only takes about $1,200, $1,300 with no teas to feed 30 lights of flour for a run. So you're telling me for $2,000, it's not going to be worth the investment? Absolutely. You know, penny wise, dollar foolish. Don't worry about feeding your plant more often. It's going to pay you back.
Alfonso's like, damn, I was trying to get some Cocotec A and B.
Yeah,
now I
he's
just
like, man,
spent 2 Gs.
yeah, he's like, man, I wasn't
You know,
saying shit,
I'm
but I
thinking
wasn't trying to
10-gallon
argue about
pots.
2 Gs.
10-gallon pots drying out twice a day is a great fucking problem to have in flower.
The stronger they are, the more they're going to drink. If they're drying out fast, I do get worried if they're drying out too slowly. Now, at first transplant, as the roots search out water, there's not such a big root mass. They're not going to dry out as fast. Plus, during transition, I'll usually turn my lights down to accommodate the plants and get them acclimated to the new environment or the new transplant. As they're growing and the roots fill that entire 10-gallon pot, 5-gallon pot, whatever it is, they should be drinking on the reg. No matter what the size is, the bigger the pot, the bigger the plant is going to be able to support. But the roots should fill that entire pot, and whether it's 10 gallons, 5 gallons, 3 gallons, if the roots are in that entire thing, they'll be drying out every day. Right. Maybe a couple times.
Yeah, I have a couple in the pot and a couple in the ground, but I noticed the ones in the ground are drinking more than the ones in the pot. And they smart. A couple of them is a smart pot.
That's because the gophers underneath are drinking up all the water.
You're probably right. I do have a couple in my yard.
Oh, fuck those things, dude. I'm knocking on wood for you. Alfonso, we got to pay the bills and take a break, so I'm sending you that Cocotec A and B, the Floralicious Plus, both from General Hydroponics. I'm sending you some smart pots. I'm also going to send you some swag pack, including things from our other sponsors. Give our sponsors all the support you can. Go follow them on Instagram, on social media, everything you can do, Alfonso. Also, stay tuned on the Dodger sweepstakes. We got a skybox.
Yeah.
All right. You want to get in there, don't you? You ain't going to the Dodgers yet, player. I haven't given it away, but you can listen and maybe you can win. All right, player. He's like, I didn't hear him. What did he say? Marcos Pujols, what did he say?
He's like, I need those tickets.
562-653-0707. You want to get hooked up? Let's get hooked up. You want to talk grow? Let's talk grow. We also have a product review of the new auto from our man, Jiggity Jerome over there. Heavy T's Grow Show, you dig? DFZRadio.com.
Got an automatic roller.
I like the blur. We don't smoke blunts.
Just insert
We got good weed.
Then fuck with the thing
when
and tap
D&G's
it on
here,
the
we smoke
table
blunts.
and do a bunch of tricks when you could just pack it yourself, but then you can smoke a blunt. Then you smoke the blunt. It's $120
I'm totally
to
rolling
roll
some
a blunt.
blunts. I'm rolling.
Rest in peace, Bob Marley. My blunt got a cold cut, Steve Harvey. I catch the buds with my glove, Steve Garvey. Quick to roll in the club, cause we party. They asking where the bomb at, cause everybody in the club smell that. It's Breeze, get loaded TV, smoke about a pound every day of the week. Roll so fast you didn't see him coming your way. Turned around and there was a blunt up in your face. You must have thought that I was finished. The Breeze is never stingy with the spinach. Rolling up some trees. You can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt.
I love the stickiest weed, cause I'm a Cali baby. Started from that chocolate tie from them early 80s. Now it's OG, a perfect mix with my OE. The shot of lean had a G moving slowly. Apparently, you ain't never smoked like me. Loading these switches up like they was some magazines. I got some bad bitches rolling up blunts for me. Hop in the rotation, true story you can see. Even your bitch eyeballing wanna hit the tree. Smoking on weed, living life with my homie Breeze. I got that green thumb, I grow my own fucking weed. And if I got some problems, I'm hitting heavy tea.
Rolling up some trees. You can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up
TFCRadio.com.
Are you ready to start cloning but don't know where to start? HDI has you covered, the only propagation-focused company. HDI was founded in 1997 and is the master distributor of Clonex throughout North America, like the Clonex rooting gel, which has been on the market since 1988, EPA registered and approved for use on food crops and cannabis. It's the only rooting gel approved by the Washington and Colorado Department of Agriculture for propagating cannabis plants, used by thousands of plant nurseries, commercial growers, scientists, and greenhouse growers with billions of clones successfully rooted. That's Clonex rooting gel. But healthy clones start with healthy mothers. And with Mother Plant from HDI, you are fulfilling the nutritional needs of mother plants without excess nitrates, supporting strong, vibrant clones. And now you're ready for some Clonex Mist, a ready-to-use foliar spray for mother plants, cuttings, and rooting clones. Pop your clones into Root Riot plant starter cubes, and they are safe for use in hydroponic systems and are a proprietary blend of micronutrients that is certified food safe. And don't forget to add the mycorrhiza with Clonex Root Maximizer, a mycorrhizae fungi, beneficial bacteria, and trichoderma that increases the surface area of your plant's roots, allowing the plants to access more nutrients and water. And don't forget to feed with Clonex Clone Solution, formulated for rooted clones and seedlings, a special blend of minerals and vitamins that encourage rapid root development. So no matter what your propagation needs are, remember HDI has you covered. Check them out at hydrodynamicsintl.com. That's hydrodynamicsintl.com.
Dilly Heavy T Grow Show. But dilly.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky Richter timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXTECH.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, got your ballast, check. Reflectors, check. Fans, check. Just about ready to get growing. The last thing you need is your bulbs.
Let me get like 12 of, whatever's the cheapest you got.
Bro, really? You're using the best soils, best nutrients, best equipment, and you're going to use an Econo brand lamp? If you really want the best of the best, you need to go with the Ushio Hilux Grow Lamp. Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps have the highest quality and consistency in their construction, and they're engineered to give your plants the light spectrum they need for the best growth and biggest harvest. Plus, Ushio is the only company that offers 2100 micromole light output without needing to overdrive your lamps and ballast. That means more light for your plants and longer light for your lamps.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay, sold. Give me the Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps.
Professional growers know not every lamp will give plants what they need to optimize their growth and yields and maximize profits. That's why the pros choose Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps. Offered in a full range of high-pressure sodium, metal halide, and ceramic metal halide options, Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps ensure that your plants are covered from seed to harvest no matter what lighting system you're using. For over 50 years, Ushio has been a trusted name and a leader in specialty lighting, and they stand by the name with a no questions asked 1-year warranty. So whether you run 5 lights or 500, you can be confident that you're buying the best horticulture lamps on the market. Ask for Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps and make sure to check them out online at www.ushio.com.
You are listening to the Heavy Tea Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707, for your chance to talk to Heavy Tea, Horty Chris, or Dr. Duffman. Killing it.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits using Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system. It's ideal use for transplanting and the enhancement of your plant vigor and fast flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
I wanna get away.
Yes, after turn me on. I don't give a fuck. Let the public know that I stole Horty Chris's lighter. This looks like it's a hydro shop lighter that was taken from my hydro shop.
Oh, yeah, I bet it isn't.
Heavy T's Grow Show, welcome back. Y'all dig? We're talking grow, 562-653-0707. We are welcoming into studio our longtime friend and grow expert from Blue Lab. Welcome, Cindy, everyone.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Whoa, OG, Cindy.
Zero mic control still to this day.
That's right. But, hey, she is talking directly into it. She's learned that.
I've got it close as I can.
Hot mic.
Yeah,
Hot mic. Woo. Hot mic. You know, she doesn't need to have mic control because she has grow control. Your mic keeps going up on you. All right.
I like some things up.
How many fat guys does it take to fix your mic?
Okay. There we got it.
2.
It has been confirmed.
Okay, perfect.
But you're all about grow control. You're all about knowing what's going on in your grow.
Measuring. If you don't measure, you can't change.
Does size really matter?
Yes.
Shout out to your husband.
Have you seen our Trenton? 16 inches.
Yeah. Girls like it one of two ways. Girthy or long and girthy.
All right. Well, how does your grow like it, Horty? That's what we're here. That's what we're here to talk
statement.
about. My girl likes that Laffy Taffy.
Listen, Cindy has been here to promote and debut several of Blue Lab's products. We get the exclusive, and we're always the first to know here as a listener on Heavy T's Grow Show. We had the dosers. We had the pH doser, the Peripod doser.
Mm-hmm.
We've had what else have we had?
Oh, we had the multimedia pH meter.
The multimedia
with the
pH
Leap
probe, which has been a top seller over at Long Beach Hydroponics. I'll tell you
good.
That much. And now we have a new device. It's puts a plant health in the palm of your hand.
Exactly. I
How
love
do you
the
do
name
that?
of this one too because it's called Pulse. So the Pulse meter is going to give
Can you spell it?
No.
Pulse, like Pultz or
no, Pulse. Like as in
pulse.
Take your pulse.
I heard the little twirl at the end too. The
Don't worry.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have to shut you guys off already?
I'm from Chicago originally. I lived in Florida. Then I moved out here, so I have a weird accent.
Cool story, bro.
And I can't spell.
Put the goddamn plant health in the palm of my hand with the pulse. How do I do it?
Pulse.
Well, what is this thing? Now I'm looking at it. It looks like.
Do you say Warsh?
It looks like a thing that I'm gonna cattle prod Horty with at the break.
It looks like a handle with 2 knitting needles on it, but those are really precise knitting needles. What it is a direct stick, soil, EC, moisture, and temperature meter. So now if you want to take a reading right at your root system of your EC and moisture, then you stick that right into either into your pot or in a Rockwell cube. You could stick it directly in the side so that the tips and the sensor, because the sensor is about 2 inches from the end of the
like Dr. Duff.
tip, but it can go up to 8 inches. So
it's a grower, it's not a shower.
Yeah, it's a grower.
So you can take at different levels of your grow medium.
Exactly. So you've got
different readings.
Yes, because moisture is important, and it may look like it's wet on top, but the roots or the bottom is dry. So there's a little snap-on part, so that when you're taking a measurement, it can be 4 inches, 6 inches, or all the way to the top of the meter. And that way, when you're taking multiple readings, it'll all stay the same. So that little plastic thing will actually just prevent you from going any deeper.
And this
what?
We try and tell people when to water. Moisture content of your grow medium is
like a donut?
Is very key. Both Jerome and I were talking about it along with Horty. Just prior to when you were coming on, we are talking about the cocoa and the proper time to water. And there's a lot of guesswork for a lot of growers. This takes the guesswork out of it. Basically, whether you're commercial or you're homegrown.
Exactly. And you'll know exactly the percent of moisture. So if
when is a good percentage of moisture to water?
You need to be probably above 45% or around 45%. Everybody has their little preferences, but that's the probably the good range.
And so if it says 45%,
what kind of media?
You actually can calibrate it to whatever media you're going to use.
Oh,
so the coolest part, this is our first
That's
direct to your iPhone device.
Ooh.
So this information, so you're going to set up your probe on your phone. Right now, we have Android available, or it will be in a few weeks, and then we'll have Apple probably in about 2 months. But you will set your ranges. So you'll set a high and low, what you find an acceptable range. Then you'll go take your readings with the meter. So you're going to stick that in the soil and wait. It takes about 3 seconds to give you a reading, and it's going to give you a red light or a green light. So the red light or the green light will tell you if that plant is within your acceptable range. So then either you can, they have those little flags with the different colors on it or whatever. So if it's a red light, you may want to just stick a flag in there so that or identify it somehow so you know what there is. But, you could be going down a bench and all of a sudden you hit an area that is
drier,
so
right.
Your drippers are clogged or you've got a problem there that you wouldn't maybe noticed until later. The other thing is, we all worry about salt built up in the medium. So as you're taking it, and it will data log onto your phone. And it even works when you don't have your phone. So you could just send, Jose the gardener.
So it stores the data.
There you go with your racist comments. Jose the gardener.
I am sorry. We are in
Jesus.
Southern California, and we're 52% Hispanic.
It's Jesus.
Right.
Jesus cuts my grass every Friday.
Me llamo Tyler's Day.
So, but as soon as you get close to your phone.
Heavy tatas.
Can I get that lighter?
As soon as you get close to your phone, it's going to download all the information. So you don't even have to have your phone with you. You can just go out to the greenhouse, take the readings, and then it will all go back and download to your phone.
Nice.
So now you can data log, and it'll show you have some options on your phone. But getting back to the calibrating, you're going to set you're going to calibrate it once in whatever medium you want you're going to use. And then, or you can calibrate it to Rockwell. You can calibrate it to soil, or cocoa. You can calibrate it to something else, whatever else you use, ProMix. Then whenever you're in that section, you just change the phone to Rockwell, and now you know that you've calibrated to Rockwell, and you're going to start measuring the Rockwell. So now you've got all this information at your fingertips without having to make a slurry. You don't have to measure runoff. You really actually know what's going on at your root system as opposed to whatever is leaving your root system.
And I think it's important for listeners to understand. You mentioned it, but we were talking about moisture, and you brought up the salt buildup. This is measuring your nutrients. So you set the parameter for allowable salt buildup as also.
Well, if you start to get salt buildup, you'll see your EC gradually going up. So all of a sudden, if 3 weeks in,
okay. Well, give me everything.
Set like an alarm on it, right?
Give me everything that it actually does. We have the moisture, we have the EC of the actual grow media at different variables that you can go up and down because it has an 8-inch probe. What else does it do?
And what did you say? And temperature. The third one is temperature.
Okay, so it's data logging the temperature, which is important for how much oxygen is available. We know if the water is too hot, from 72 to 75. You taught us that. The available oxygen is half.
Right. So you've got to make sure that you're keeping an eye on the temperature. Anytime your pH is going to be more acidic, or your nutrients or your pH levels will go down because the carbonic acid will build up in a high heat situation, and then it will lower your pH. So there's all kinds of situations that are going to happen if your pH isn't quite right.
Can you leave it in a plant and just continually data log?
You could, yes. You just got to make sure you don't want it's.
Ballers.
I don't know about water. As long as it's not going to get
wrong.
watered or anything. You just got to keep it away.
I got those
from the
for low. I got them for $2.99.
But I don't know how long it will stay on because I'm not sure.
It runs on batteries.
Yeah. It's got to have some battery in it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's brand new, and I haven't gotten all the information,
so
I just give a little disclaimer. No, I don't even have one yet. This is how new it is.
It's only 3
seconds. I don't have one yet either.
It's a 3-second probe.
So
it's 50% longer than Dr. Dust probe.
So it's just another way to make sure that everything is right in the garden without having to do a lot of work. Traditionally, to measure EC, you're going to have to take a sample, add water to it, like an RO water to it or distilled water to it.
The slurry.
and make a slurry. Let it sit for an hour.
Every time you talk
then,
about the slurry, I want to be like, fuck that slurry.
I know. So now we have the multimedia pH meter, which is just a direct stick pH meter. So you can take your pH right at the root system directly without making the slurry. And now you can do the same thing with your EC and check moisture and temperature at the same time.
You want a dab?
No,
Let's get her a dab.
No.
Get her a dab. Get her a dab.
No. I'm driving.
Here we go. We got diamonds. Every girl's friend is a diamond.
Hey.
Now, would you check the moisture of this diamond?
No
for
means
Jiggity
no,
Jerome?
Heavy T.
No means no.
Jiggity Jerome will take some of these diamonds.
Oh, here's Creepster McGee over here.
No.
Hey, you don't have to rub her back while you talk to her, guy.
Does this pair with our other products that are IntelliConnected?
Connect? No, we've actually kept it separate. So as we launched this, we kept it a separate app because it's the one that works on the phone. The Connect suite has to go to the computer first and then to the phone. So this one's Bluetooth enabled directly to the phone. So
Nice.
it will actually just be a different app. We may merge them eventually onto our apps, but at this point we want to keep them separate just to make sure.
There's going to be merging. GetBlueLab.com is going to become BlueLab.com. Watch someday.
No, we are.
I know it is.
Now, finally, we actually had to buy that name.
I feel you on
Damn,
that.
I wish I had it.
Go to
BlueLab.com.
BlueLab.com. Check out all the great products. Cindy's going to be here, so call in with your questions, 562-653-0707. She's talking about the new Blue Lab Pulse Meter. It's giving you more control for the grower, the better. Why do I grow in cocoa? I told you, it gives me more control than soil. Why do I keep a Blue Lab Guardian in my reservoirs all the time? Because I need to know what's growing on. I need to know what's happening in my reservoirs, and now I get to know what's happening in my grow medium. It's a perfect pairing with the Guardian. Go to BlueLab.com, check it out, and this is affordable. What is it? That's like $1,000?
No, it's $299 is going to be the MSRP.
Oh, and you know they're going to beat us down at the hydro store.
$299. That's pretty good.
It's really great. It's really great, and the accuracy is very good. We're really excited. We're actually launching it at Cultivate 2018, which is July, I think, 13th or something along those lines. And no.
She said no, Jiggity.
No.
Hey.
There's no way.
Respect OG Cindy.
Respect your elders.
Yeah, respect your authority.
Take your
Why trying to push up on my woman.
Pink
Stay over
watch
there,
tattoo over there.
So, what was your question?
Guy's worse than Dr. Duff.
I have no idea where we were, and I haven't smoked anything.
You back, girl. Just blow it in her face.
Do we have a call? Or
Yes, we do have calls.
Okay.
We have a caller about flower nutrients. You ready? 56. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's the number. Alex already called it. What's going on, Alex?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
You think
What's up,
that
man?
you can use that new pole somehow in your grow?
Yeah.
I mean, straight up, I don't have one to give away, but it sounds legit, doesn't it?
He's like, damn, well, you can't give me one? I was going to put it on Craigslist right now. Just send me the tracking info.
Oh, there's so much tracking info. Alex, go ahead. What's your grow question?
Hey, what's up, man? We just switched over into flower about a week ago, and I need a solid nutrient to use, man. I'm kind of, stuck. I don't want to go experimenting around and start messing stuff up, so figured I'd get a good opinion.
Are you in soil or hydro?
Soil.
You're in soil.
I do all outdoor. Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing outdoors and you're in soil. Are you in the ground or are you in pots?
Oh, yeah. Well, I had them in pots, and then, I was checking the roots, and they outgrew those pots, man. They were in, 32-gallon pots. I actually started early, and what happened was I started maybe a month early for the season.
Right.
And what happened was they started vegging out real nice, and then, right before the season hit, they started to flower just a tad.
Right.
And then the season hit, the equinox came in, and then they're like, okay, well, we want to veg more. So, and now they just started to go into flower. But I have these ones in pots, and they're just, they just took off. So I need to retransplant those, and then, but everything
You're
else
in plastic
I have is,
pots?
Huh?
You were in plastic pots?
Yeah.
You should transplant those into fabric pots.
And you won't
Smart
need
pots.
you won't need as big a container as
Right.
Right. And you don't have to worry about
He's already
it
at
becoming
32 gallon.
root-bound.
Go get a
'Cause
40-gallon smart pot.
Yeah, if you're at
Right.
32 gallons, get a 40-gallon smart pot, drop it right in there. Those roots won't be bound like they are in a plastic pot because they won't swirl
Right.
around the sides. They'll grow through the fabric, and then they'll air prune themselves, which tells the plant, hey, the tip of the root is gone, send more roots.
Right.
And it makes it root more, and it'll dry out a little quicker, and you won't be cooking it in the sun either because, pots are black. You got them outside. Like, that shit gets hot.
Yeah, keep the cooking in the trailer.
Yeah, keep the cooking in the trailer. Breaking Bad. But no, a good fertilizer.
Jerome.
A good fertilizer to use, especially if you're outdoors, would be like Mission fertilizer.
Right.
It's
the entire
organic.
line.
Yeah, the entire line. The Mission line.
We have the starter kit, which has the grow, the bloom, the boost, and the enhance.
Yeah.
All he has to do is go get the crazy swell.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just send us some Crazy Swell too?
I don't know if I have crazy swell. Marcos Pollos.
There's Crazy Swell back there.
He's not listening. He's talking to his hyena on
he's
line
like,
4.
Hey, girl.
Hey,
Hey, who's winning the soccer game? Who's
people
winning
are
the
supposed to
cross-country
call us.
kickball game?
I want to know this. How come my phone bill at the studio is so much higher for outgoing calls? People are calling in.
Because all these Mexicans you got working here are calling their family back home when you're not here, dude.
They're like, did you see that golazo?
They're bringing
Oh, the golazo was so fucking bueno. Ah!
On Friday evenings,
Oh,
they got
he's
a line
offended,
out
dude.
on
He
Friday
finally got off
on Friday evenings, they have a line out the back door, and it's $20 for 10 minutes. You can use the phone. Call your home.
Hey, Mexico es mi equipo favorito, amigo. Golazos por todo.
Yeah, so give them the Mission starter pack with the Crazy Swell
I'm sending the Mission Smart starter pack and some smart pots
and some smart pots
and some swag packs
and some swag packs
and some more packs
Hook it up,
on the
man.
low. All right, we're
There you
hooking
go.
you up, doggy. All that stuff going out to you, brother.
I appreciate it.
Over $100 worth of grow gear. Tune in every Wednesday, Heavy Teas Grow
and
Show.
also, I know you
Yes.
took them off, but also maybe get a filtration system for your garden hose or whatever to filter out the chlorine and
Ding,
the
ding,
chloramide
ding.
and all that too. So when you are feeding your plants and giving them so you're not killing the microbiology.
Get that Kango hat. I think that Cindy should be wearing the Kango hat when she's in here pimping so hard. Here you go, Cindy. Go pass this over to Cindy. Yeah. Make sure we got her on there. Yeah, look at that fur Kango, girl. Yeah, don't mess up. Your hair is looking long too. You growing it out?
Grow my hair out.
Girl.
Last hurrah.
One last hurrah.
That's the least gangster
I keep
that
looking
has
at
ever
people
looked.
and go, I'm never cutting my hair that short.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know what? It looks great. And Blue Lab is in here taking care of business. We actually have some Blue Lab questions.
Yay.
Let's see. That's line 5. Line 5, what's going on? We have Big E. What's up, B.I.G.?
What up, dog?
What up, playa?
Basically,
Hey, I want to know what you think about this Triple X Tenacion getting shot up and them comparing them to you getting shot up.
I've never been shot.
Oh, I thought you were B.I.G. I thought you were calling from beyond. It just said B.I.G. on there.
Nah, but yeah, that's just crazy that dude got shot, man. That's insane to me.
I know. People be getting
Yeah,
shot.
he wasn't even that good. Anyway, so what's your question?
Oh, fuck.
Damn. Well, basically, I don't know. She probably gets this question a lot, but I noticed between the Hannah pin and the Blue Lab pin, the Hannah's always off by like 2. Is that more accurate, or is it like I don't understand it? Because I use the Guardian, and it's getting old, and I'm about to get a new one. I don't know if I'm gonna get the Blue Lab pin or the Hannah pin, but it's just like it's like confusing to me because the pH is always off on one of them. It's I don't get it.
And I think what he's trying to point out
I
is
know
that meters don't always read exactly the same solution.
Right.
Well, generally they're plus or minus 0.1. So there's an opportunity for it to go up 0.1 or down 0.1. So if you put it in 7 solution and it reads 6.9, it's an acceptable reading. So it could be 6.9, 7.0, or 7.1, and that's all within the accuracy ranges of both the meters. And so there's a chance that maybe one meter is reading 6.9 and the other is reading 7.1, which would give you that 2-point swing. And they're probably reading 7.0, both of them. But because of that little shift, then you can understand the difference. Now, if it's 2 or 3
Did you
points
shotgun
off,
her with that dab?
no, but I feel like it.
Oh,
I think we're in the enclosed room. My brain just kind of had a.
Is that the how we spray?
Yeah, I mean, like if
Spread
one
the
meter
formaldehyde
reads 7.0 and the other meter reads 5.0,
Yeah,
That's a
you
big
probably need
difference.
to clean, replace the probe, and or calibrate it. And also, when you calibrate meters, you can use any pH solution on any meter. But when you're doing the EC or ppm calibration of a meter, you should use the brand of calibration solution that meets the meter. So don't use Hannah solution and calibrate your Blue Lab on the EC side.
Yeah.
Well, let me solve one problem for you too.
Solve it.
Oh, go ahead, player.
The Blue Lab is going to have a little check mark,
you
which
got a
the Hannah
problem, I'll solve
doesn't,
it. Check out
which
the
tells
hook when my
you
DJ
when to
revolves it.
calibrate your meter when it needs to be calibrated.
Yep.
So that's a huge bonus because most Hannah meters, to my knowledge, and I know all of them, none of them have a little indicator that tell you when to calibrate the meter. It's all up to the user.
Well, and if there's any problems with the Blue Lab, let me just throw this out there. As a store owner and a grower, do you know how many fucking failed meters I've had to deal with in my career? And it's a nightmare. You need to have a company that stands behind it. Or they're sensitive instruments, right? And you might knock them out of whack.
Instruments, and
you
people
might,
are dropping them on the floor.
You might knock
them
them
in
out
their
of
reservoir.
whack. These are built to last. They're built for the grower. They're not built for the brewer. They're not built for the dude in the laboratory. They're built for in the field use, and they have the warranty to stand behind it. And that's the most I could ask for when I'm dealing with a sensitive instrument, that if somehow it goes out, even if it's rare, that they take care of it. And that's what Blue Lab gives me, and that's what they give my customers, and that's why it's the only meter I sell at my shops.
Yeah.
I will give you a couple. I will give you a couple other hints. First, what 2 meters are your Hannah meter? Which one are you using?
The one that I have, a friend of mine gave me. I'm not even sure what it is, but
It's
I have a
broken.
Guardian.
That's what
I have
it
a
is.
Guardian by Blue Lab. That's the one I normally use. But like, if I have to make a small mix in a bucket, I have a pin that my friend gave me. That's a Hannah, and I notice like whenever I go in and check it with the other one, it's always off. It's like it's not the same. It's always off by like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Are you
Now,
calibrating the pen?
There's a couple
I
of things.
calibrate the pin.
Get a
Then
trench
don't worry
meter.
about
I don't
next
even
your
need to
bucket.
come in anymore.
I know.
It's so nice. I just can sit here and look good.
Stop talking over her. That's what she's saying.
Damn.
So there's a couple other things. The other thing you have to take into consideration is how long you're leaving that probe in your solution. So say you've got a Guardian and you've got a 2-year-old probe, and you have a brand new pH pen. The older pen will be a little slower than a new pen. So that's one of the keys of a probe getting old, is that it gets slower and slower and slower. It eventually will get there. It's just so pokey that you don't have time to wait. And that's when usually people will replace their probes. So
Should I replace the probe over just replacing the entire Guardian?
Oh gosh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. That's why they have removable probes.
Yeah, it's a removable probe. You can buy any Blue Lab probe will fit on your Guardian, so you don't have to worry about having a specific one. You just go back and. How long have you had that probe?
I've had this thing like 2 years.
Perfect. So the warranty on it is 6 months. The average use is 18 months to 2 years, but I've had people go up to 4 years. So, I mean, it just really depends on how you're taking care of it. But if you think that one's getting a little slow. But my other question is, why do you think it would be the Blue Lab that's off and not the Hannah being off?
I think he said the Hannah was off.
I feel like the Hannah's off because the guys at Long Beach Hydro, they always tell me, like, hey, Blue Lab is the way to go. So I always stick with Blue Lab. But now that I have this Hannah pen, it just seems to always be off compared to the Blue Lab. So I'm like, is it supposed to be that way, or is this thing broken?
Well,
so, like,
my guess
I'm,
would be
over
that
it.
it's not right.
Okay.
Or you may need to
You're
calibrate it.
savage. That hat is so savage.
When's the last time you calibrated the Hannah?
I'm going to call your granddaughter and say, your grandma is savage.
And you calibrate the Hannah with the Hannah solution?
Did he say
That's
every
what
Friday?
I was about to say. I've been using the Blue Lab solution to do everything.
But are you using?
Well, you can use the 7 and 4, R7 and 4 for the Hannah solution. It should be fine.
Yeah, the pH, like I said, the pH solution is pH solution. It's the EC or ppm solution
that you can't.
That you don't want to interchange.
The other thing you want to do.
May be my problem.
Yeah, the other thing you want to do is take that pH probe, both the pH probes, and leave it in the solution for a good 30 seconds to make sure everything's temperature compensated and everything, and then calibrate them both at the same time with the same solution.
I have a question
That way
for
you
you,
know
Cindy.
that they're both just calibrated and they're both accurate.
Well, why don't you let her just finish answering
Well,
his question?
This
and
is
then-
important with the Hannas because Hanna bottles on their solutions give you temperature ranges to calibrate your meters according whether it's the ppms or the pH. So if your water temperature, solution temperature is 25 degrees Celsius or 17 degrees Celsius, they tell you to calibrate your meter according
You
to that.
commie bastard using Celsius.
But also the trimeter, the Hanna trimeter or whatever, it automatically compensates for the temperature.
That's one. That's one of many meters. But the thing is my question is this: why does that even matter?
It only matters when you have a very cold probe and very warm water, or the differences, and so that it will allow temperature compensation will happen eventually, and then if you notice, it's like 7.01 difference. I mean, and then it's 7.02. So it's just a little bit off. But if you wait it just dawned on me. When you're calibrating your Guardian, are you using your EC probe in the solution with the pH probe?
No.
Okay, so the next time you calibrate, you put the EC probe in there because that's where the temperature compensation is coming from. So you need to put both probes in the solution.
Okay, I had no idea.
Yeah, and so maybe the Hanna one is temperature compensating or isn't. I don't know. It depends on the model and everything. But
Well,
put
from
both
my
probes in.
understanding, the Hanna's old. They said it's an older model, but it's like the best one. And I was like, I'm over the Hanna, so I'm just gonna get a Blue Lab pen.
Our Blue Lab pen is awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, even in no disrespect, I mean, and not to but the Hanna does make good meters. I mean, they're used in.
Their older ones are better.
Yeah, and the older ones are better. But if it's not working properly, I like to have a backup meter.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens to one, or just to double check, in case.
Or you drop it.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, but if you replace the probe, if it has a removable probe and you can replace it, don't throw it away.
Keep the Hanna probe and then but do use that temperature probe with the Guardian when you're calibrating. That way you make sure it's temperature compensated.
Yeah, and if you made it 2 years with your Guardian, just go ahead and get yourself some new probes for it.
Yeah, some people replace their probes every 6 months without fail, and just so they don't have to worry about it. Others, want to just get as much use out as it can. But 2 years is a good time for a pH
Replace them
probe.
when they need it.
Yeah.
If it's still calibrated, you have the check marks, you have the lights that indicate if it's not, if it is or not, and if it's not, and you replace the probe and it still isn't, those meters have a longer warranty than the probe. I mean, my Guardian meter, I think, comes with a 3-year warranty. 2 years on that.
Yeah.
And that's far exceeds any other meter on the market.
I will tell you 99% of our returns are just probes.
Yeah.
It's just probe issues.
It's Heavy T dropping his Guardian off the wall into the reservoir.
Yeah, and if it's in
Miller
warranty,
Lite.
if it's in
Miller
warranty, which is less than 6 months, we
Dabs.
take it back and just the probe back, but you keep your meter. And then if it's over 6 months, then you just replace the probe, and you almost never really have to replace the meter.
Just like a woman, leave us the meter and take our probes. Every single time. Hey, Biggie, I'm going to send you a swag pack, and I'm also going to send you the PPM pin.
Baby.
Make sure you go pair that with the pH pin, but you're going to get the PPM part of it from Blue Lab. It's a 1-year warranty, I believe, on that.
Yep.
And go get the Grower's Toolbox if you want to check it out. You get both in a discounted form there at your local hydro shop. Go to bluelab.com to learn more, and the swag pack comes from all of our other sponsors. Thanks, Biggie. We got to pay some bills, but let's do this announcement real quick here. Drum roll, please. Dodgers in SoCal, Growers Skybox Sweepstakes presented by Miller Soil, co-sponsored with DFZ Radio and Honor the Plant. Why? Because growers need a day off too. And what better way to spend it with the boys of summer at Dodger Stadium? You can win one of 20 tickets to the LA Dodger versus San Diego Padre game on August 25th, 2018. Enjoy access to a private skybox and hang out with fellow growers, including some of Southern California's top pro growers. All winners will receive a swag bag. Enter to win by clicking on the link at DFZ Radio on Instagram in their bio. And make sure to give some love to our co-sponsors and follow at Miller_Soils_LLC and Honor Cannabis. Again, you want to go to the Skybox with Horty Chris, Heavy T, Jiggity Jerome.
Eat some Dodger dogs.
We're going to leave Dr. Duff on the bus, but that's where he belongs because he likes cross-country football.
Right. Keep an eye on this cooler.
Saints coming. Mark isn't. He's an Angel fan. Sorry.
Yeah.
No love. Right. No love for
Mark.
Mark.
He has gang tattoos. They won't let him in.
But we're going to be there. We're going to be there with pro growers. You want to enter, go to Heavy T Grow Show on IG, Instagram. In the bio, click the link. Get hooked up. We're coming back with more grow questions, hooking you up for your with your grow equipment. Cindy from Blue Lab will stay here and continue to be angry at us talking over her. Stay tuned for more Heavy T Grow Show on DFCRadio.com. You did.
Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup, crank it up, crank it on up. That's D. Oh, that's D. Got me smoking the best, no stress cheese. Now hold up, now roll up. Check the situation, about to go nuts. With a little bit of perk up in my cup. You could tell the bartender to fill it on up. That's alright, baby, work your stuff. And that's all night, baby, work your strut. You and your friends can ride when I go. Take a little spin in my Monte Carlo. Take a little dip, baby, show you how I roll. Take a little hit, baby, off on the hydro. Eyes so lit, make me look like my eyes closed. Purple drink mix, make me look like my eyes glow. Hypno Grey Goose with a little grape juice. That's how it is, so I'ma have to take side diesel in my blood. Purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood. Purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, Dick. Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiol 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the VermiBat Guano Fertilizer and the VermiBlood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
I tell you, this is the life.
Ever since we started working here at Sanctuary Soil, I couldn't be happier. It's nice to work at a place where they treat you like the artist that you are.
Tell me about it. So many places just throw you in the dirt, feed you junk, and drip water on your head.
Yeah, sounds more like torture than a job.
And how do they expect you to do great things when they don't give you the right tools? I can't do it if you treat me like garbage.
I hear ya. You give me the highest quality organic materials like woody biomass and grasses, put me in a healthy, clean environment, and I can practically poop gold.
Not to mention alfalfa meal, arborist material. They even bathe us in a healthy biological tea full of enzymes and other good stuff. You know, I get a little choked up just thinking about how all those customers are gonna benefit from the hard work we put into providing them with the best products available.
I just wish more companies were like Sanctuary Soil. It's nice to work with people who care about their customers and care about the environment.
Yeah, this is the life. Hey, I'm pretty full. Think it's about time to go make some magic, if you know what I mean.
Well, a worm's work is never done.
See you in a few.
You got anything to read? This could take a while.
Sanctuary Soils Buckaroo brand premium worm casting, the all-in-one soil amendment that's safe for the environment, children, and pets. For more information and to see a list of current retailers, visit our site at sanctuarysoil.com.
The next level of growing is here. The growing revolution is here. DFZRadio.com. DFZRadio.com.
Hey, man, started early, huh?
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other.
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So, I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com. You're listening to Heavy T's Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, and the Duff Man only on DFZRadio.com.
Too much stuff. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. That's too much stuff. He talking all over the callers. That's too much stuff. His wife hands all over my ballers. She has too much stuff. The same 3 jokes every show. That's too much stuff. A black guy his wife have to blow. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. She got too much stuff. That's too much stuff. That's what he's pimping 101. Too much stuff. You're listening to the Heavy T Grow Show on DFZRadio.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
DFZRadio.com.
I'm going to Dodger game, just found out. Sitting in the skybox, what you all about? Go to Heavy T's Grow Show page. Click the link in the bio. We're doing this for over a month. 20 tickets to give out, Cindy. Now,
How cool is that?
It's awesome.
the value is so high. It's higher than Jerome. Right?
I'm not that high.
You were smoking those sauce.
Hey, give me another joint.
He
Come
took
here.
another
joint.
I'm trying to prevent cancer, dude.
All right.
I'm not that high. Honestly, if you want to know the truth.
I'm so high.
I'm
Look, I can
not
do
that
anything
high.
you
I'm
can do.
not
Literally.
that high.
Right
Literally.
now, high.
Literally.
I'm not that high.
Literally, I'm not that high. Let's go talk some more grow with Cindy. Someone from the middle of the country here. Dan, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, you're on with Cindy.
All right. My question is, I'm running DWC. I got 4 single buckets, right? And I've been looking at your Blue Lab here, but I'm stuck between getting that like grower set up where you get the ppm pin and the pH
The
meter,
toolbox.
or just going ahead and grabbing the Guardian because I can just quickly interchange between buckets. What's your opinion on that?
I would get a Guardian.
Yeah.
The best thing about the Guardian is that it's in one location all the time. It doesn't get moved around or bumped around or anything. The probes seem to break less often or last longer because they're not disturbed as much. And then you just know all the time you can see. The other thing people forget about that Guardian is it has an alarm on it. So you can set your high and low alarms on the Guardian, and anytime it goes outside that range, it's going to start flashing on the screen.
He did say something, though, about switching buckets. And the Guardian is fixed there, Dan. So it's on the wall or wherever you mount it, and then you would actually slide water sources or have a central water source, like a larger drum, and fill up the buckets.
DWC, is it like
but
I
wouldn't carry the Guardian around, and if you're worried, the combo meter
that's
might
what I'm
be
trying to say, player.
Well, this is my show, so let me say it.
So you should ask him then.
All right.
Hey, MT, you should ask the caller if his 4-bucket DWC system recirculates to a central reservoir.
All right, caller, Daniel.
It does not. The single buckets.
Yeah,
they're not connected, so I would have to actually slide each bucket over and dip.
So get a combo meter.
Yeah, the combo meter.
Combo meter, or you could also do the grower's toolbox. It'll give you 2 pens, a pH pen and an EC pen, and it has all the cleaning equipment, calibrations, solutions in it and everything. So normally it's $26, I think, for the cleaning kit, and you get it free in the grower's toolbox. So now those pens have a 1-year warranty. The combo meter, on the other hand, has a 5-year warranty on the meter. So basically, you're looking at about $60 more. The combo meter has 5-year warranty on the meter, 5-year warranty on the EC probe, and then the pH probe is changeable.
My shit went out at 4 months. 4 years, 11 months, and 29 days.
How do you store them meters properly? I've read about the gel. So, do you just put it in the cap and then close the meter back up?
Yep. You don't have to worry about storing the EC. It's only the pH. So you just get some of the KCl storage solution that looks like KCI. It's storage solution, but it's a small L, so everybody gets it wrong.
It's a lowercase L, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, get some of the KCl storage solution. It comes in a 100 ml bottle or a 250 ml bottle.
There's your grand prize question, Horty.
There you go. And then, just add a couple drops after you use it, or if it looks shiny and it looks like it's wet in there, you're okay. Usually, you do it maybe 2 times. You want to make sure it's wet.
And shiny.
Always.
I always say, keep her wet, and your probe will be happy.
Oh, there you go, Cindy.
Awesome.
You love this job. What did you do before this? Were you like holding
she was a phone sex operator?
She was holding.
I'm trying to get her back in the business.
Sex toy
That's
house
what
parties.
I can do for a living.
Yeah, what's up? We should
Listen,
look it up.
every man. Every woman needs these butt plugs. Your man will love it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, easy on the projecting there.
There's
Take it. Freudian slip.
So I want to talk about our Pro
hold
controller.
On. I'm just gonna send Daniel.
Oh, sorry.
Some Terpinator and a swag pack. But you want to know about the Pro controller? Let me tell you about it.
Okay.
Cindy, go ahead.
So I just wanted to talk about the Pro controller. So we have about 4 or 5 weeks ago we gave a preview here on the Heavy Tea Show, and now we have it available at all the distributors. So you can get it from. You should be able to order it
and
from
that's
any.
A full-on doser.
It's a full-on doser. So it has the brains of it is one part, and then the pumps are the other. So you're going to be able to set what your actual or your required value is, and then it'll show you what your actual is. And anytime it's different, it's going to dose. So anybody that's looking for a dosing system for a reservoir, you can go up to 12 total pumps, so 1 pH and 11 nutrients.
Oh, wow.
Who needs that many nutrients, girl?
I think 7
Some
is
people
good.
use advanced.
Some people. So
none of them are buying a doser. They're still trying to figure out their 90-watt LED is now producing 2 pounds.
Right. They're like, do I need to get the 12th and 13th bottle? That's probably why I'm not having success.
I need to order the last 2 liters in North America, the Mother Earth tea.
Before they change the label again.
So anybody that's looking to build out right now, take a look at, a lot of people are looking at Dosatron. they're an complete inline system, which is different than a Pro controller. So it's going to be into a reservoir, and then you can hook up your irrigation system from the reservoir. But you'll have a full set of nutrients all the time ready to water. I'm sorry, I keep turning my head.
It's all right.
That's okay, girl.
I have to look somebody in the eye when I'm talking.
I know you do.
That's right.
It's just a thing.
But you know, see, I knew you had skills.
You're old
said I had to
school.
look someone
You're
in the
old school
eye
grower.
when
You're
I'm
old school knower. And Bob the gardener has a question for you.
Hey, Bob.
Oh, hi guys. How's it going?
Good.
Pretty good, Bob.
Good. Well, hey, I have their Blue Lab pH adjuster, and one of the things that I have it on my Airflow 60, and to help kind of save time and everything, usually I stick with the pH down on that, and I was wondering if it's better between changes or when I'm adjusting or adding nutrients to my res that I kind of go above and then let the Blue Lab do the final tweaking, so I'm not overdoing it, and that way you can keep it just in the ideal place.
Yep, we just had
oh,
a call like that this week. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. Sometimes, I mean, if you're starting from zero and you've got a 250-gallon tank or something, it's going to take that machine a while to dose that pH. There's a pump override, so you can hit that override button for your initial setup, so the acid gets there faster. And then just I'm with you. Keep it a little bit lower, and then let the meter do the rest.
Okay. And then as far as like maintenance in between, I've never used one of these before, and you just want to be concerned, what's the best way to kind of, how often to do any kind of maintenance on it, because I'm just used to doing pins and stuff and just, so
it's
kind of
pretty much the same as just take the pH probe out once a month. Once you calibrate it, it's going to show you a 7 and 4 on your screen. So always calibrate to 7 first and then 4. If I had a penny for every time I said that, I would be rich.
Yeah, well, I still have the little packages that it came
What did you
with,
say?
And then on your screen, you'll see when you calibrate to 7 and 4, a little 7 will pop up and a 4 will pop up.
Yeah.
In 30 days, that's going to disappear, and that's to remind you that if you haven't cleaned or calibrated your probe in the last 30 days, then you need to do it.
It's to remind me that my wife still had her period again.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, if you calibrate to 7 and not to 4, then you're in a completely not calibrated state. So
okay, that's good to know because, cause things do get pretty hectic there, and it's good to know that it has that safety feature built in. So that's a little good reassurance.
Yeah, it's really quite handy to have that there so that you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, yeah. Eventually, I just want to have, because I have a couple different things in that room, but eventually I just want to have just one main res with something like that, just making it more simplified for me. But just
exactly.
kind of figuring that all out. But yeah. And then last question, and this is cool with you guys, the three of you guys, but I was one of the things is being in the medical scene, and vets are a big part of what I'm trying to help out and what we're trying to get taken care of. Is what kind of strains do you guys like Cali strains that are like personally your favorites to really help out with PTSD symptoms, helping sleep or like getting kind of just really sedated, relaxing.
If you want to know what strain is best for PTSD, we should actually call Horty Chris's fiance. She'll know for sure.
For sure.
So like around the table, like one of your guys, like a Cali strain that you guys all love.
First off, are there any with the globalization and social media? Are there any per se Cali strains you guys think anymore where are exclusively?
What's a Cali strain again?
Something that we got out here. I think he wants.
Everything.
Like, give us a baseline of what strains you're looking at now.
So for example, some of the ones I've been checking out would be like just Tahoe OG, but also Jedi Kush, something that's like high CBD. But I know you guys have mentioned before you guys would really like that like heavy hitting sedative, kind of indica dominant stuff.
Yeah.
And so personally, like stuff that comes out from where you guys are around, I mean, it's possibly available.
I think the gist of it is, what is our favorite strains right now? You want to start, Jiggity?
Sure.
I'm personally a flavor person. I'm like, if you grew it right and it's done right, you're gonna get high no matter how much you smoke. So for me, I'm a fruity person. I like clementines. I like GDP, purple punch. I like a lot of the more fruity, more pronounced flavors. That's just me. But
I'm in that boat too. I really appreciate those kind of things. But
oh, absolutely. You know, you got to enjoy what you're doing, and sometimes for people, the act of the blowing the smoke out, you got to take that all in. It's not all about just getting an effect. For me,
the
it's
connoisseur side.
Exactly.
No, I'm 100% there.
Just
I'm
growing
all about
does it
with
for you.
high terpene count. So.
I mean, I'm a Kush guy. I just like Bubba Kushes, OG Kushes, stuff that's cushy, like
Anything drum rolls on Wednesday.
I mean, some other good things that I've had from the past that I wish would come back around would be like the 4-way indica. That was a gnarly one that I had for a while. It was fast finisher, and it literally you could like feel the pressure on like your eye nerves. Like for glaucoma, it would be literally if you got really high on the 4-way, you would feel like the release of pressure on the back of your optic nerve to where it felt like your eyeballs were like going to sink into your head. It would almost get uncomfortable. It has to be the best thing for glaucoma.
I've been uncomfortably high.
But
on air.
mean, and it's like heavy stony,
now.
you know what I mean? Like you're like, but it literally blow out a hit of 4-way indica and immediately you feel your optic nerve just like, you're like, holy moly. And Trinity Skunk. I think it was.
I know you've been jocking the Trinity Skunk.
Trinity
since
Skunk,
I
think, was like heavy, like Skunk number 1-ish, and it was kind of. I'm more of a like couch locky guy, but it was a little uplifting.
Didn't you offer someone $5,000 if they could get that?
I'll give 10 G's if someone can prove that it really.
Someone
is
came
the
into
one
my
that
shop
I had,
and
like,
said, "You owe me 10 G's." I was like, "That wasn't
two
me."
strains I forgot were like Jack
take
and
that from
Trainwreck. Remember Trainwreck was a great
Yo.
flavor. And, dude, Slimer
All right.
reminds me a lot
Hey,
of that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't snort cocaine because it smells good.
There's a
so
kids
I
table
don't-
over
I
there
just
at
smoke to
Thanksgiving
get
with your
high,
train
yeah.
wreck. Fuck out my face with this train wreck.
Dude,
Smoke to
I
get
love
high.
that
Okay,
lemon, yeah.
AK-47 over there, Blue Dream. Cut him off. Don't sit in Dr. Duff's seat if you're going to become Dr. Duff.
Dude.
I used to love the train wreck, then the spiciness. But those are like the daytime smokers, right? And a lot of the flavors for me, that's where we're at right now. Is like for instance, like I've had.
But anything more for like the night. You know,
Well,
I know
for
one of the
everything's
things is
hot
like a
right
night
now. Like the
terror.
flavors are hot right
GDP?
now. Purple Punch, right?
Not much punch.
Purple Pretender.
Right.
It tastes great. I can fucking smoke the shit out of it and sit there and smoke as much as I can consume constantly. It's not going to do necessarily what I want it to do, but it's a good daytime smoke. It's what Headband used to be back in the day for a lot of
And it's
daytime
got that
guys.
nice purple, grapey flavor.
And you know, the Tropicana cookies, that one has a little bit more cake and flavor that I can smoke with. The 24 karat, not the more tangy dominant pheno, but the more Stardog dominant pheno, where it has that structure and that more OG, but it still has that flavor. I've had that where literally I've busted it out and people are like, "What is sprayed on this? There's no way that it smells like this much oranges."
Out of all you guys, would you just agree that mostly all these great strains that you're talking about, I should just try to flower them as late as possible, and so just to get that kind of more heavier?
I think that you should find a gullible friend to become a pheno hunter, and you grow and makes money. As your business partner now.
I think Bob.
By the way,
if
I
you-
expect
if you-
10%.
If you're looking for like that couch lock heavy thing,
Sleep,
you're definitely going to want to probably stay away from most sativas. In my experience,
sure,
like
for sure.
more.
I started getting
indica
annoyed
dominant.
out, dog.
Yeah, I mean, sativas have got you like thinking like, man, is the dog just talking to
I'm
somebody?
ripping out my
Like,
artichoke plants. Being
Oh,
like,
man, I think my heart's
no.
beating weird. Like I feel like my mouth's starting to salivate. Like I'm gonna throw up. Like sometimes that shit's like someone who hits a cigarette when they're drunk but doesn't smoke, and they're like, woo,
it can
like.
definitely suppress an appetite for sure.
And there are things that like that's one reason I stay away from dabs a lot of times, because if there's a little bit of a sativa kick
Plus,
to
you're
a
weak as
dab,
fuck.
then it's like anxiety, like
We don't
a lot
want
of people
that.
maybe I'm trying to like
Mellow.
I'm trying to low ride. Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
you know what I'm saying?
And
So
sure-
Take us out with some lowrider, please.
yeah, that's why my cars are all lowered, because I like to stay a little close to the ground.
Staying close to the
I look
ground.
at your indicas, and to your question of if you let it go further, like maybe overripe, you'll tend to, I think, like see there may be degradation there, but I tend to find that
What?
if you let something go a little longer than maybe it should, that it tends to have a heavier buzz.
Yeah.
Yes, Bob.
All right.
Hey, Bob.
And then-
So to answer your question, we didn't.
Did he have another question?
I don't know. Did he?
He's trying to talk.
No, but just for the sleep. I'm going to listen to this again and do my research on all those strains and figure out which one's the best for like that late night sleep. Because one guy to me, he was like, and it spoke because like he was talking about his night terrors, and I just want to help out with stuff like that. And back to the seriousness of your question about PTSD and things that calm it down. More bigger couch log, less anxiety. I would go more towards indica than I would towards anything else. Everything's a hybrid now, but I think Bubba is a great choice. From a Gorilla Glue
GDP,
is a great choice.
Man. Yeah. It's a stocky little indica, and it tastes just like Purple Punch a little
I
bit.
would stay away from sativa extracts. They cause a lot of anxiety in people.
For sure.
Edibles.
Dabs
Edibles
all
as
day.
well, unless they know the proper dosing. When we're dealing with anyone on a medicinal level, and just from a basic, decent human being standpoint, is don't put them in the deep end of the fucking pool. If they're over here like trying to get off their meds and they're coming at you or trying to make a discussion and you're like, this is what's worked for me and I've been doing this for 10 years and it took me 8 years to figure it out. Don't go push Joe into that deep end of the pool. Walk him down the path a little bit.
And for everyone, it's different. There may be people with PTSD who
I eat 4 brownies. You should eat 5.
Who like
start slow.
Yeah, I mean, but I would probably lean more towards, like we've said, the indica dominance.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And but everybody's
Sedative,
different.
more sedative.
There's some people who they don't like that, so it really depends. But I would say, like, if you have night terrors and you want to knock the fuck out,
Let's do this,
some
Horty.
super anything that's like
we
hashy.
have plenty of listeners that are veterans. Let's do this for you, Bob. Veterans out there, call in 562-653-0707. Tell us what works best for you.
Awesome.
That would be
And
cool.
between tonight and next week, we'll see what we can do. Get some callers. Everyone that calls in, I'm going to hook you up with a full line of Mission Fertilizer, a $100 value just for telling us what your favorite question is or your favorite strain is. Bob, thanks for calling, brother. I got to pay these bills.
All right, spread the love.
Thank you, sir. Like I said, 562-653-0707. Cindy, Grandmaster, thank you
You're welcome.
for coming in. Are you going to stick around a little bit longer?
Yeah, I can come in. I can stay.
You going to stick around 2 inches or 8 inches?
No.
3 seconds or 4 seconds?
I don't know. You guys got to show me the goods.
Dr. Duff is here. 2 seconds it is. DFC Radio, Heavy D's Grow Show. We'll be right
Holy
back
moly.
after these mollies.
Haters wanna eat now, you never get lunch from me. Get off my tailcoat, get off addiction team full of mean niggas, team green like it's Listerine. Don't cross the squad, man, we get them off, man. We on the front court shooting, you just a ball fan. I'm on the top back, y'all do it all bad. Grind on the regular, tell competitors all bad. Test the team, homie, watch you fall flat. Don't want the fame, but the change, I need all that. Hustlers get your guap up, rappers get your props up. Cause sky is the limit and we got heaven on lock up. Back down to earth, street swerving down Atlantic. Long Beach riding to death, we straight smashing. This is for my family, this is for the masses. This ADX anthem in case anyone asks me. Oh, taking this shit head on. In the streets till 6 in the morning. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Tell me who won it with these shots up, boys. We stay hustling. Catch me in the booth to the night. Streets holding tight. Grind for my life, on my life. And niggas don't want no ruckus. Bring the bullshit and we'll be dumping. Boy, we stay hustling.
Hey, I rep my team, rep my city, and rep my scene. D, I'm down for mine, on the grind all the time, like overtime. X, I ride to the death, can't do it like this, so don't try to step. Can't move it like this, so don't try to test. Got shotters on the side of me, right in my left, cause we do it so swift, we do it so sick, and we ain't gonna stop. We got money to get, we got honeys to flip, got the streets on lockdown, so why would we stop now? We holding the spot down. Sour diesel Hennessy, a bad bitch next to me, ADX teaming, going down up in history. Do it to the death of me, so ain't nothing left of me. Dumping off the weaponry, hold it down for centuries.
Taking this shit head on. In the streets till 6 in the morning. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Tell me who won it with these shots up, boys. We stay hustling. Catch stay up in the street. Grinding all day and all night so we can eat. Roll up on your homies like niggas, stick 'em up. Now bags in the stash in the back of the truck. Pounds of the diesel, throw it in the air. Tipping Hennessy for my niggas who ain't here. Back on my feet after shedding a few tears. Give me 2 years, stacked up with a few mil. Niggas locked up, but the homie still here. Rapping ADX, fresh in the full gear. Killing the recession, pumping on the chop. Teddy Brock shot, killing blue clots. Haters got no idea you ain't ready. It'll be a sad song if you niggas test me. Them niggas trying to send 100 cops to come get me. Gibbo sprayed a couple shots and told them bitches come catch me. Oh, taking this shit head on. In the streets till 6 in the morning. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Tell me who won it with these shots up, boys. We stay hustling. Catch me in the booth till the night. Streets on them tight. I grind for my life, for my life. Niggas don't want no ruckus. Bring the bullshit and we'll be dumping. Boy, we stay hustling.
DFZRadio.com.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use 2-part formula. Formulated aggressive growth and superior blooms. Whoa, bro. Yeah, man. Tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man. So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Are you ready to start cloning but don't know where to start? HDI has you covered, the only propagation-focused company. HDI was founded in 1997 and is the master distributor of Clonex throughout North America, like the Clonex rooting gel, which has been on the market since 1988. EPA registered and approved for use on food crops and cannabis. It's the only rooting gel approved by the Washington and Colorado Department of Agriculture for propagating cannabis plants. Used by thousands of plant nurseries, commercial growers, scientists, and greenhouse growers with billions of clones successfully rooted. That's Clonex rooting gel. But healthy clones start with healthy mothers. And with Mother Plant from HDI, you are fulfilling the nutritional needs of mother plants without excess nitrates, supporting strong, vibrant clones. And now you're ready for some Clonex Mist, a ready-to-use foliar spray for mother plants, cuttings, and rooting clones. Pop your clones into Root Riot plant starter cubes, and they are safe for use in hydroponic systems, and our proprietary blend of micronutrients that is certified food safe. And don't forget to add the mycorrhiza with Clonex Root Maximizer, a mycorrhizae fungi, beneficial bacteria, and trichoderma that increases the surface area of your plant's roots, allowing the plants to access more nutrients and water. And don't forget to feed with Clonex Clone Solution, formulated for rooted clones and seedlings, a special blend of minerals and vitamins that encourage rapid root development. So no matter what your propagation needs are, remember HDI has you covered. Check them out at hydrodynamicsintl.com. That's hydrodynamicsintl.com.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
Okay, got your ballast, check. Reflectors, check. Fans, check. Just about ready to get growing. The last thing you need is your bulbs.
Let me get like 12 of, whatever's the cheapest you got.
Bro, really? You're using the best soils, best nutrients, best equipment, and you're going to use an Econo brand lamp? If you really want the best of the best, you need to go with the Ushio Hilux Grow Lamp. Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps have the highest quality and consistency in their construction, and they're engineered to give your plants the light spectrum they need for the best growth and biggest harvest. Plus, Ushio is the only company that offers 2100 micromole light output without needing to overdrive your lamps and ballast. That means more light for your plants and longer light for your lamps.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay, sold. Give me the Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps.
Professional growers know not every lamp will give plants what they need to optimize their growth and yields and maximize profits. That's why the pros choose Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps. Offered in a full range of high-pressure sodium, metal halide, and ceramic metal halide options, Ushio Hilux grow lamps ensure that your plants are covered from seed to harvest no matter what lighting system you're using. For over 50 years, Ushio has been a trusted name and a leader in specialty lighting, and they stand by the name with a no questions asked 1-year warranty. So whether you run 5 lights or 500, you can be confident that you're buying the best horticulture lamps on the market. Ask for Ushio Hilux grow lamps and make sure to check them out online at www.ushio.com.
Don't you put that evil on me!
Heavy T.
DFZRadio.com.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, dick.
Fuck going on, man? Nigga know I don't rap it, man. What's talking about? Black carpet event type shit, man.
We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. 2 letters G and a D for all my right, nigga. 2 letters G and a D for all my right, nigga. And I'm sipping on Activist, big go to Sprite, nigga. And I'm blowing on Texaco, this shit came on a flight, nigga. And I'm so professional, tailor-made, precise, nigga. And I told my lad bitch that I love her, but I ain't gon' fight with you. Way too much money on my mind, these dead white people. Nigga, how to lay you the blood, I'ma leave the hype, nigga. Cushion authentic, that pathetic, but I ain't white, nigga. I heard you like the credit, you ain't rockin' real right, nigga. No. But jumped out the chain game with a lot of pain. I just want a bad nigga for the fame. Yeah, that big baby, she for the game. Stack a star, gotta maintain. Play the smart nigga from the start, going hard like this is my leg game. Yeah, bitch, I am LeBron Wade. Chopper give your ass a blunt fade. Ooh, for everything I do it for my family. It done before this honor till they take my breath away. And I'm posted on the corner till I see a better day. My young nigga pull on, they pull up and eat your face. We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. 2 letters G and a D for all my right, nigga. 2 letters G and a D for all my right, nigga. And I'm sipping on. All the dab on me, man. All the drip on me and Z Bentley, man. Ain't know what the fuck going on, man. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. Got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip. Got all the dab, all the dab. Got all the drip, all the drip. Got all the dab on me. Got all the drip on me. I got all the dab on me. All the drip on me. I got all the dab, all the dab. All the drip.
I got all the dabs. I got all the dabs. All the dabs. I had all the dabs.
More beer. Now
Dr. Duff
E&J.
is coming to do the news and is going to bring beer.
Nice.
Talk more grow. Horty Chris, rapid fire.
All right, let's do this.
Cesar,
what's your question?
Yo, what's up? First time listener, first time caller, first time grower.
Right on.
I had a couple questions about some of my plants. So they're still in the ceiling and veggie stage, and I'm having some problems with the bugs.
Yeah, that's not good. So integrated pest management, right? It's several different active ingredients. It goes everywhere from even cultural.
What kind of bugs, maybe?
What style of grow you're doing, what type of bugs are around. But integrated pest management is having different active ingredients, different styles of doing things to make sure that you don't get pest or pathogen. All right? So if you got bugs off Jump Street and you just have clones, unless they're just God's gift, I would trash them and start over again.
Oh, that's old school stream too. God's gift.
Yeah, I know. I meant God's gift to
everyone.
Yeah, I
right?
got you.
What kind of bugs?
Well, I think they're thrips.
Oh,
'Cause
damn.
like,
Don't
there's some,
scrap them
light
off.
abrasions. Yeah.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
All you need
It's
is
easy
some
to get rid
water.
of thrips.
No,
All right.
they're easy
Yeah.
to get rid of. They're one of the easiest to get rid of. Telltale sign of a thrip infestation. It looks like snail trails, like little snails scratch your leaf surface, and you get that sappy look on top of the
Right, almost
leaf.
like a silvery, shiny little line, jagged line.
And you may think that you see the thrips. You probably don't. You probably see their poop. But they'll leave feces all over your plant, over your leaf surface. And you may see some of them, but a straight insect-killing soap like a permethrin-based should take care of it.
Yeah. Insecticidal soap of some sort, maybe some green cleaner.
Some Azamax will prevent
Azamax, yeah. And you can rotate those in succession, like spray one, and then a few days later spray the other one, and then a few days after that spray the third one, and then a few days after that you spray the first one again, so you keep rotating it. And also when you do spray, whatever you're going to spray your plants with, mix it up, spray a few leaves on one plant, and wait 2 to 3 days to see if there's any, like, if the leaf dries up or gets all fucked up. You don't want to go spray all your plants and then the next day they're just rotted out, like fried them up. So make sure you test it for phototoxicity. You can use optic foliar transport to help so that you can spray it when the lights are on.
Everything I spray on my plants, I use transport.
And it helps get it through the plants, like through the dermis, like under the skin, basically.
And it prevents the phytotoxicity. So you
right,
don't get
right.
that burn.
So you don't burn, but still test what you're going to spray before you go and spray it. And thrips aren't really that big of a deal. If you had mites or root aphids or something, that's a whole nother ball game. Thrips are pretty easy to get rid of.
What about, because I've seen some, like, white mildew, it kind of looks like.
Damn, this fool.
Now you got some powdery mildew.
New.
Oh. Get rid of those suckers and go get some new ones.
Hey, a fun fact. If you're mixing any kind of pesticide on your plants with water, the pH of the water needs to be correct for the efficacy of the product to work.
The efficacy?
Yeah, say it again, girl.
I can't say that word. It's really hard.
It's like the
efficacy.
I'm bringing my efficacy over to you.
So efficacy.
So if you're mixing any kind of pesticides or whatever with water, then make sure you check the directions for what the pH of the water needs to be.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're just wasting money.
Sounds like an R. Kelly song.
Yeah.
Efficacy.
I'm gonna give you my efficacy. Yeah, that's a real thing too. And as far as powdery mildew, green cleaner is a product that you can go get that takes care of bugs as well as mildew. But if you're starting with clones or seedlings, man, you're starting with problems. 86 those things.
Did they? I know we're trying to do rapid fire, but did they? Now I'm
I forgot.
Feeling sorry for the guy. But when you got them, did they have the white mildew on them, or did it just come up at your spot?
Just, it looked healthy when they first started growing, and then like a week.
Okay, so
it just started like a week
things
ago.
to get rid of powdery mildew, depending on how big of an area, you could do a sulfur burn. Get a sulfur burner, run a sulfur burner. There's sprays you can use. Like green cleaner, there's other things out there on the market, but you need to make sure that
Stop inviting Hydro Chef over.
Yeah, you need to make sure that your temperature variation between lights on and lights off isn't drastic. You want your humid.
I'm going outside.
Oh, okay. Well, you're outside. Yeah, in a sulfur burner, you can't burn the whole neighborhood with a sulfur burner.
You got to squirt it.
Yeah,
get some squirt. There's biologicals and oils that you can use that should take care of it. There's things from GH like DefGuard, Prevacin that you can use. Serenade is a all-natural way to eliminate powdery mildew.
Cut back on your nitrogen a little bit.
But green cleaner will do both. Cut them down. Use some silica and some calcium, magnesium supplement on the plant to bolster the plant cells so that the plant can naturally fight off different pathogens and pests. Caesar, thanks for waiting for so long, dude. I'm going to send you some Azamax. I'm also going to send you some Smart Pots. And you're outside. Let's send them the entire Mission Fertilizer line, Horty Chris.
Sounds good. Yeah.
What's in that?
A bunch of good organic, old school derived nutrients. They use fish and they rot them out with some crazy.
That's not true.
Yes, they do. They rot fish down and get the super juice out of it.
That might be true.
They
and
go to
it's
the back
kosher.
of the sushi
and it's
restaurant
kosher.
and they get the trash can full of all
whatever.
that, you know.
What's in that shit? Magic.
Hey, Ray.
Kosher magic.
Hey, Ray, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Man, over an hour.
Oh,
you
shit. What's your question?
To us.
Yeah, well, my question is, this is my second time growing. I really don't know anything. But, I want to be able to grow pretty good this year.
That's a good goal.
Okay.
I have 3 plants. I grow outside. I just got on dialysis, so I need medicine.
Okay, where do you?
So
where do
we
you
want to
live?
do it clean. That's one
I
prerequisite.
live in Carson.
You live in Carson?
All right, don't give us all your
Yeah,
address.
no,
Slow down.
I'm thinking of like, okay, Southern California would have been acceptable, but hey, that's cool. Carson, that's a big area. I'm just asking for like, if you're like, oh, I'm in the desert or I'm in Idaho, it might be different. But you're in Carson.
No. I'm in the South Bay.
Okay, you have 3 plants. What kind of container do you have them in? Are you in soil?
I went to Home Depot and I got some pots. Yeah, and it's
Well, we're gonna help them out by sending them some smart pots.
Yeah, we're gonna get you
off
some
Jump
smart
Street.
pots. But okay. So what kind of soil are you using?
I'm using some ocean forest.
Okay.
And I'm using a little chicken manure, and I put in a bag of Miracle Grow. So like I said, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to.
Okay,
I bought a book. I bought a book, and I'm trying to kind of wing it.
First off, Ray, slow your roll, okay? You got the
Okay.
ocean forest. You got some
Okay.
pots. Your plants are in the pots, and you're watering them.
Yeah.
But he added Miracle.
I know.
So
I
It
know.
might be over
I
too
know.
hot.
I know. And I want to walk them down it. You may have heard earlier when I told another caller that as growers, we all think that more is better, right? And you're
Right.
adding more and more and more. Sounds like you're in a position that there's a little bit, urgency to what you want to do and what you want to produce. So you're trying to make it happen. This is nature. You can't force it. So
Right.
first off, as a medical patient or a medical person that needed as much medicine as possible, I would find like-minded individuals, your friends and family, to help you produce, because I don't think 3 plants will be enough to provide enough medicine, unless Jiggity Jerome was growing it with 27
for sure.
pounds of
But to continue on, like how big are your plants?
But down the line,
They're like about 5 foot.
damn.
Okay, and what size container are they in?
All right,
How many gallons?
You got enough weed for the whole neighborhood.
I think I don't know. I think they're like 15, 20 gallons.
Are they plastic pots? Are they?
Yeah, they're plastic.
Okay. Maybe we can get him some smart pots ASAP. You can transplant into.
We don't have bigger ones, but for the next round, for him to put the smaller ones into, he won't need as big a pot.
Right, or even just if you want to like improve what you have, I would get like. And have you fertilized these plants at all?
Excuse me?
Have you given them any fertilizer, or are you just giving them water?
No, I'm giving them water. I'm giving them a little fish, a little kelp. I put what else? I put some alfalfa meal, a little bit of crab meal, a little shrimp meal.
Okay, so you're fertilizing. So
I love you, Ray.
Yeah, but you're fertilizing them.
I just have ocean forest. What's wrong?
You're probably doing pretty good. I would suggest though that you go to your local hydro store, get some smart pots. Go get a couple. I mean, you only have 3 plants. So how much is what size of gallons you say you're in?
I think like 15, 20 gallons.
Okay, so if you're in a 15 or 20 gallon, you transplant it into a 20 gallon smart pot. How much are 20 gallon smart pots, Heavy T?
Free.
No, but if you had to go buy one today,
$10.
I'd steal it.
It's
free.
It's $10.
No.
I'll go and jack it. No, I'm just playing.
Because everybody wants to catch a felony for $30, right?
Yeah, I doubt it.
And I bet your dialysis in prison would suck too, right? So you don't want to go that route.
But
go
this,
spend $30, transplant them into some smart pots so that you don't become root bound. Because I'm thinking a 5-foot tall plant, when it starts flowering and he's trying to get the max out of it, in a 15 gallons that big, it might start to be root bound.
And he wants bigger buds and better taste.
Right. So I want him to avoid the root bound in the future as he goes into flower.
Good point.
So that's what I'm saying. Go get yourself a little bit bigger smart pot. Get some more soil at the store, and transplant them into the smart pots.
People
But don't
out there.
use Miracle Grow.
Yeah, don't add any Miracle Grow.
Listen up. At the end of the day, you got to remind yourself this is more than whatever it is you're doing it for. You're obviously doing it because you like to do it. So, how many times do we waste money on other shit?
I want to really nail down.
Yeah, I mean $30 for 3 smart pots that are a little bit bigger than what you have now that you can transplant into, so that you make sure, because what'll happen is the plant's growing really good, and then you might notice that it starts to like kind of not grow so good anymore. It starts to look like it's not healthy, and it's probably because it's root bound. The roots have spiraled around inside that plastic container, and probably a black container. The sun's hitting it. It's getting hot as fuck. So you want a fabric pot so that it doesn't become root bound. That's a big issue. Like especially as it starts to flower and then it's root bound, the flowers aren't going to reach their maximum potential because the plant is basically like strangling itself.
That's true.
So $30 and maybe a little bit more for the soil at the store to add to each pot. You know, a couple bags of soil. It's going to make a huge difference for you.
What kind of soil do you recommend?
I mean, where do you
Ocean
shop?
Forest is better than Miracle Grow.
Yeah, it's better than Miracle Grow.
And
So
Ocean
get
Forest
it from
is
the
probably
hydro
top
store.
selling soil. There's other ones out there. I like
Vermicrop's
Empire
good.
Builder,
Empire Builder, Vermisoil.
But for increasing the quality of your buds and taste from what you already have, a product like Turpinator that you can add that will bring out the full genetic potential, where you're going to have more trichome, more resin, more ester. That's your nose. Right, your smells, more flavonoids, more terpene production, and you can add that into any style of grow. I add Turpinator in my greenhouses, in my hydro systems indoor. I add it in my cocoa. I put Turpinator all over everything because even as a seasoned grower, if I miss things by a day, an hour, 6 hours, whatever it is, Turpinator fills in those gaps, and it makes me look like a freaking genius.
Right, and also another thing you might
like,
want
damn, you grew that fire again. I was like, I know.
Want to start doing as well is as flowers are starting to form. Spray your plants with caterpillar killer.
Yes.
Okay.
Get some caterpillar killer because you're gonna get caterpillars. You're gonna get the hornworms, all the stuff that ends up outside. And caterpillar killer is Bacillus thuringiensis. It's a bacteria that is harmless to humans, but when a worm or a caterpillar type insect consumes it by eating the leaf, it kills them.
And make sure you're using dechlorinated water with that too.
And
even if you have a reverse osmosis machine and you're in LA County, for instance, make sure your water source doesn't have chloramine because you need a special replacement filter called a KDF filter, so it doesn't come stock with the unit.
Okay, I have a RO system.
Well,
great.
There you go. You add those things, and Ray, keep growing. Stay away from the Miracle Grows time release style of nutrients unless they're completely organic. Now they'll sell it as completely organic, but I'm talking about amendments like you are already adding. You're making a super soil. You bought a super soil. You bought some more super soil, and then you added some,
bone meal, crab meal, all that bat guano, all that stuff's good to add. But if I was you, I would say that you need to transplant into a fabric smart pot.
Okay.
So that because a 5-foot tall plant outdoors in a 15-gallon container.
And let's send them a gallon of Turpinator.
And I bet when you pull it out, you're going to see the roots are just round
Turpinator.
and round. Give them a gallon of Turpinator.
A gallon of Turpinator for now, and then get into a good super soil, a good organic super soil like the Ocean Forest, like the Vermisoil, like the Empire Builder, and then I'm going to send them the entire Mission Fertilizer line. And that you can supplement it, okay? And
so
it's already has a precise mix that's made for your favorite plants, right? It's designed to grow your medicine, so you don't have to start doing a cup of this, a cup of that, and playing mad scientist. Let the dudes that have been doing it for decades do the heavy lifting. Yep, for sure. Sending it out to you. Hey Ray, thanks for calling in, brother.
Hey, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
No worries, man.
Same to you. We got to pay the bills or one more?
One more. Let's bang it out.
Okay. Let's see. Brandon has a question about powdery mildew.
Wah, wah, wah.
What up?
Yeah, I'll make this quick. I know you guys just went over this. I had a small room there in veg right now. I was doing preventative maintenance, spraying like neem oil and all that on them. But one time they wilted pretty bad, and it seems like that's what kind of caused the PM. But since they're veg, I was just going to see if there's any way to save them.
Okay, roll it back, Cordy.
Well,
let me get his question right. He says that he sprayed neem oil on his plant that caused it to wilt.
He was doing preventative with neem oil, but at one time, somewhere, the plants wilted pretty bad.
And that's what caused the PM.
And then after that, he noticed the powdery mildew showed up.
Okay. And is that the cause of it?
Well, we're going to ask him a couple questions about that.
Okay, go ahead, Horty.
So, when they wilted, was it because you didn't water them?
Sexy beast.
Or was it that you maybe over-fertilized them?
Yeah, it was because we didn't water.
Okay, and then you
I love an honest motherfucker.
Yeah,
grower.
I was gonna say, at least he's honest.
Hey, I didn't water this shit. All right.
And so
And hey, how do you solve that, Horty?
But you
give the
you
plant water.
When you
All right.
watered them, did you just give them water or did you give them nutrients as well?
No, it was just water. Gave them a good amount of just water, and then I don't know, maybe a few hours later.
Fucking brand idea. I'm starting a new smart water. It's called Just Water.
Okay, so you gave them just water, then a few hours later you did what?
I gave them nutrient water.
What'd you give them?
Okay, and are you in hydro or soil?
Hydro.
Okay, and what type of hydro? Is it like cocoa, rockwool?
Yeah, cocoa.
Okay, so you're in cocoa. So you gave him just water to rehydrate it, and then you waited a little while and gave
Which
him
water
the
did you give
nutrients.
him?
He gave him just water.
Yes, sir.
So you did that, and then
Some of
after
them-
that, you noticed that you
better
had
get
powdery
that
mildew.
URL right now.
What size?
Yeah, it was probably like I don't know, maybe a few days, maybe about a week later.
Okay,
But
are you in
they
a
only-
sealed room?
What was that?
Are you in a sealed room with air conditioning?
Yeah, air conditioning, dehumidifier.
Dehumidifier, okay. And how big is the room?
That room is about 8 by 6.
8 by 6, and how many lights, or what wattage lights, and how many?
2 600s.
Okay, and you pretty much are trying to light up two 600s over an entire 8 by 6.
We're probably using them probably like just about that.
Okay, first that's probably not enough light. Okay, so you're under lighting that area with only 2 600s in an 8 by 6, and then so basically to get you through this and whatever, like here's the things that powdery mildew, like the thing it's all around us.
Yeah.
Right,
It's all around
and
you.
when the conditions are perfect, it'll replicate. So here's things that cause powdery mildew to break out: extreme daytime and nighttime temperature differences. So if your room's 80 during the day and 55 at night, and your humidity is jumping up and down as well, those are things that can cause powdery mildew. Too much foliage with leaves touching and overlapping each other, creating little microclimates, is another thing that helps powdery mildew spores replicate and break out on your plants. Excess nitrogen. So if you're feeding them too much nitrogen and they're really dark green, you might want to back off on the nitrogen a little bit. And also, like the light intensity. If the light isn't that bright, if it's not bright enough, like if there's low shadowed
bright like a
areas that
Give me a diamond hit.
don't have the proper amount of lighting,
Oh, we
that
gotta listen
like
to
those
this.
shady areas allow the powdery mildew
Shady
to replicate
areas.
as well. And then also on
Just
top of
repeating
that,
everything I taught him.
So under lighting it is probably what.
and also not having enough air movement in the room. You should have a lot of like oscillating fans blowing around. The plants should always be kind of shaking in the wind.
You don't want to have
If that
the
makes
spores
sense.
land on the leaf. They keep it moving. And
Right, but if you keep the airflow moving, then you don't get these little microclimates where there's no wind flow and these spores are on these leaves and there's not much light and it's kind of shaded and it's moist. And next thing you know, the spores attach and it starts to grow. So you want to clean out your canopy, get rid of the leaves that are underneath. You want good airflow through the canopy, lower levels of nitrogen, keep your temperature and humidity in a short area. Now, what are you in veg or flower?
In veg.
You're still in veg. I would do a sulfur burn in there when the lights are out.
And make sure you change your clothes when you go to your garden if you've been everywhere all day.
Right, for sure.
Okay.
I'll change my clothes
But
between
get a
days.
sulfur burner hanging in the room. If you have a CO2 monitor, turn your AC
motherfucker
off,
change
all
their
that
clothes.
stuff, so you're not like
I dare a motherfucker change their clothes.
when you burn the sulfur, you don't want it going in like your CO2 monitors. I would probably clean out the filter on your air conditioner, maybe even leave the fan on the AC running just to bring the sulfur through in case any spores are stuck in the
Turn your
air handler. And your dehumidifier as well. And I would hang a sulfur burner in that room for 3 or 4 hours. And then I would do it probably 5 days or so later and do the same thing.
Yes, I would too. And then I would say, thank you very much, Horty Chris, for giving me this advice and all the gifts that he just bestowed upon you.
There's a company called Procure that makes these gas packets, fast gas release packets that release a chlorine dioxide that are used
That sounds
in actually
healthy.
a lot of restoration use. specifically like in floods and stuff like that. When
trying to
homes have
restore my
black mold,
nugs.
it'll actually sterilize everything that it comes in contact with it. So it's something to look at as well. If
How
you're
y'all
in
eating
between
Tostitos
runs.
dip over there?
Yeah, Jerome
Fucked
trying
up.
to hit on my lady over
Yeah.
there. Some
Hey, you
bullshit
know
like,
what?
got
Horty
some
just
Tostitos.
dominated. Don't try to put your 2 cents on my dabs.
The fuck
Hey,
up with your chlorine,
hey, Brandon.
dimethyl, Monsanto, whatever.
Brandon.
Yeah.
What's the grand prize? Send him the grand prize. All right, we're sending you a swag pack from Heavy Team.
Yeah.
We actually have a lot of stuff to give away. What did he say? Indoors, outdoors? I wasn't listening.
Indoor.
A lot of indoor, huh? Indo. The mo better. I think that we have a truncheon meter to send him. What do you think?
Oh, yay!
Let's send him a truncheon meter so he knows what's growing on with his EC
knows
and his
if his
parts per million.
RO system is working.
How do I calibrate that truncheon meter?
You don't have to calibrate the
Hey,
truncheon.
it's 16 inches.
Change
You don't
the
have to
batteries.
calibrate it, right, Cindy?
That's right.
It's 16 inches.
factories.
There's no calibration
Size
necessary.
does matter, Brandon, and you just got hooked up.
Nice.
All right,
Thank you,
stay on the line. Talk to Marcos Pollos. He's going to hook you up. 562-653-0707. Everybody that's on hold, I know you've been on there for a second. Big shout out to Cindy from Blue Lab. Their new Blue Lab Pulse meter is hitting the market here in the next couple weeks. For only $299, you can know what's growing on in your medium. What's it? It's the temperature, the nutrients, and the moisture. This ain't your mama's moisture meter. Blue Lab Cindy's moisture meter. She stays moist all the time. With Heavy T and The Grow Show, DFZRadio.com.
Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman fly in the city.
Caviar got me scorched. Why you niggas smoking Newport shorts? And you wonder why your bankroll short. Probably cause your ass never left the porch. I be grinding and making moves, you know the business. Pound the block, pushing work till it's finished. Serial killers need no fucking eyewitness. Extra clip, shit, I'm on my blade.
Respect you, respect me. I've been hustling my whole life. You know there's no nigga out here like this.
Seen the light. I see you niggas stopping at the stop sign. I'm California stopping cause the world is mine. Some claim defeat, the angels speak. They woke the king will sleep. The triple beam the way to me.
I'm Superman fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman fly in the city.
Tapes confused with wearing capes, you fools. Still breaking the rules, roll moving, you lose. Handyman with the tool, I had to rock his body. I came to body like Lottie Dottie, and I don't wanna hurt nobody. I'ma break it down with the get down, watch it go down, hold it down with the 4 pound. Now you know now it's about to go down.
Respect you, respect me. I've been hustling my whole life. You know there's no nigga out here like
me. I see you niggas stopping at the stop sign. I'm California stopping cause the world is mine. Some claim defeat, the angels speak. They woke the king will sleep. The triple beam the way to me.
my weaknesses and my strengths. But everybody know my strengths definitely outweigh my weaknesses. As long as that, I'm a human being, like everybody else. And if I meet somebody perfect, then they can train me, and they can help me be perfect. But there ain't nobody out there perfect. So we'll all just get along with it.
They say Machiavelli's resurrected, I can feel his presence. But the coldest thing, Machiavelli never left us. Who the fuck he think he is? Talking about Machiavelli never left us. Who the fuck is it? I'm an outlaw thug, like hustling to the death of me. Brutalist, alien, I'm mom lost, baby. Worth to get money, knowledge, and I fucking lead. Think I seen a ghost if you stood right in front of me. Tupac eternally, Rogers on his own shit. Think like new money, and you can pass it, show me. Worldwide masterpiece, hustle on this fucking street, on that dead fed crime, so they still tapping me. $1 million smile, girls say I'm sexy. Bachelor in arts, got it in psychology. Player, you ain't fly as me, still can't see me. Stand on oxygen, or you can't even dream of breathing.
altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman, fly in the city. Check a nigga altitude. I'm higher than the rest of you. I'm Superman, fly in the city.
DFCRadio.com.
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Turpinator.
Did you say Turpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Turpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Turpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Turpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Turpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Turpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Rizoblast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
You're gonna go get the green pad, see? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get it right now. Go on down to your local hydro shop. Tell them Shunny sent you. That's right, Shunny with the green pad. More CO2 in your garden. More carbon, more weight, see? You need to get that weight up to pay me back, see, Shunny? Go get the green pad junior. Put it in your cloning dome, see? You're gonna get some more roots faster. Cut days off your cloning time. More harvest year round. That's right, see? Activated by humidity. 35 to 50%, so make sure that's right, okay? Go to your local hydro shop, see?
That's right. Go there now. More root, more fruit, more fruit, more root.
That's right. Yeah.
Meow. Meow.
Every Wednesday night from 6 to 10 Pacific Standard Time, who's hooking you up with the dopest grow knowledge and the freshest grow gear?
Heavy T's Grow Show. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I love it.
Hey,
every day.
Thank you for
Every
the
Wednesday.
thank you for the birthday.
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other...
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So, I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
Happy birthday.
Them said, ain't natty dreadlocks, so the way you come from, you must have 2 sticks of sensi under your tongue. I said, no, officer, Lord, you must be mad. He only smokes cigarettes and strictly shag. Oh,
It's all about that. Mary Jane.
You know what? I'm a sad.
Me only, dog. Just over here trying to do a show. Good thing that I let Cindy come over here and have deep conversations with Jack Handy, otherwise known as Jiggity fucking Jerome. Jerome Handy. Jerome giving handies out. You gonna put on your headset, bro? We got callers. We got people that want to hear from you. What have you do? What the fuck you eating over there?
Chips.
Up? Oh, you eating? You the one motherfuckers eating chips in my studio?
Online and salty
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, hey Jerome, get off my sugar
salty
mama.
lime and salt and lime
Salty
flavored
limon.
peanuts.
Hold on, salty what?
Limon.
Salty
No,
chocolate
salty
balls.
and limon what?
Chocolate
Says
salty balls.
Salty limon, salt and lime flavored.
Penis?
Peanuts.
Like pulse?
Isn't it fun just to say the name?
Hey,
Dolphin
I was
peanuts
here.
or-
I was
You
here.
guys should. You think this is bad? You should see it at the break.
I was
Yeah,
here, but
right?
now I'm gone.
Cindy was twerking.
That's how she broke her back.
Yeah.
That's right. Twerking accident.
Jerry.
She blew her back out on one of those side
Jerry.
trips to the Marriott.
I'm sorry,
Palm
Jerry.
Springs.
She
Guys,
claims she's going to get
Guys, Jerry has
it.
waited quite a long time.
Okay, let's take a call.
Okay, see, Cindy's in control.
He has waited quite a long time
What a great guy.
to ask. Shut her off.
Shut her off.
Shut
her mic.
Shut her off.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hey, what do you mean you're sorry?
I don't want to make you mad.
Hey, I told you shut her
Yeah,
off.
you do. Yeah, you do.
Who put? All right, Cindy.
Hey, stop offering things to my sugar mama, Jerome.
Jerry.
I'm not going to tell
Look,
you again.
if you're noticing, maybe you're just knowing you're doing the wrong shit.
Oh, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, step it up, player.
Okay.
Cut off his mic.
Okay.
What's your question, caller?
Hello.
This dude's dying.
What's your question?
All right. I usually grow from seed, and I was thinking about starting to do some clones. I just wanted to have some ask for some tips on cutting my clones.
So you're going to, like, take a seed, veg it out, take some clones.
Yep.
Okay, just common sense with clones is make sure your plant's healthy.
Make sure it's not a male.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never cloned before. I've always.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna try to, you can take a clone though. You can take clones from the seeds, and then.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, well, I'm trying to tell you. So if you already know, then why are you even calling?
He just wants free shit.
How to do that?
This is what I'm trying to tell you. This start your seed when the plant gets healthy, and you can take some clones from it. Take the clones, root the clones, and then flower out the plant.
What?
The original plant.
Yeah. Okay.
And if it's a male, then you know to toss those clones unless you want to
Can you
keep
put
them.
me and Jerry in a room together, Saint, please, real quick?
Go ahead.
I meant like the actual cutting. And
Just
rooting.
me and
Like,
me and
what do I
Jerry.
need?
Jerry, listen. This is heavy tea, and I want to help you out. So don't make the mistake of trying to take a clone off of the seed too soon. You need to let it grow, and you need to have a good surface area. So it has to have enough surface area when you cut the stalk, right?
Cut clones. He doesn't want to know. All
Yes.
About
No.
what age do you think?
Well, typically it's going to be probably 12 to 20 inches or so. And you'll be able to take the top off, which will in turn redirect the hormones of the plant, so you'll get a lot of branching out, which will give you more and more clones. But you don't want to take it too soon. If you want to top the plant at about 8 to 10 inches, where you just go pinch off the top, I wouldn't even try to make that a clone because it's going to be so frail and it's not a lot of surface area when you actually make the cut across the branch or across the stem.
Okay.
So a strong plant. Listen.
What
these
do I
guys
need for the rooting to root the clone?
check out Clone X. That's what I would
Okay.
use each and every time.
All right. Perfect.
All right, dude. Thanks, Jerry. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
send you some
I
Green Pad Juniors. Horty Chris, wait, you want to come into our room?
Check out my Instagram. I'm an artist.
Oh, whoa. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, you have to.
He waited long
email.
enough. Give him his plug.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Go ahead. Get your plug.
You're a dick, Horty.
Whatever, man. We don't get
I'm
shit for free.
I'm an artist. I do weed art. Check it out.
Okay.
Where?
Tell us your IG.
At Jerry Louisa.
All right,
Okay. How about you try to spell that for us?
Yeah.
At sign.
JERRY LUIZZA.
Oh, I would have had it all
We'll check
fucked
you out,
up.
Jerry.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for calling in,
Perfect.
man. Talk to Marcus Poyos. I'm going to send you some Green Pad Juniors to help with your clones, along with some Rhizo Blast from Botanicare and an entire swag pack from Heavy T, man.
Awesome. My boy told me to call in Green Diamond on Instagram.
Oh, Green Diamond's making this happen. All right, Jerry.
Yeah,
Thanks so
wow.
much, brother. 562-653-0707.
Wait, what did you say it was?
Jerry
Louisa.
Louisa.
All right. Alicia has a question for us.
Hello, guys. Hello, Cindy.
Hi.
Hey, Duff.
So my question is, I'm moving into an apartment. I'm going to be on 3rd floor. So what is
Can
the
you take
best-
us off speakerphone?
What is best to use to contain the smell in the apartment as far as like?
Hey, can you take us off speakerphone? Hello? Hey,
Hello?
girl. Can you take us off speakerphone?
Yes, I take it off speaker.
Okay, thanks. Okay, go ahead. Start over
Yes.
from the beginning.
Yeah, from Jim's.
I'm sorry. Yes, so I'm moving into an apartment. I'm going to be on 3rd floor, and I have a tent I haven't put up yet. So my question is, what is best to use to contain the smell in the apartment as far as like growing in my tent and like smoking wise?
I'd get like a skunk and piss it off all the time so it sprays.
Just so everywhere smells like it.
Yeah. No more smell, just skunk.
The Duff Band is here.
Charcoal filters are probably the safest, but still, do they make a residential charcoal filter that would filter out pot smoke, do you think?
Well, I mean, if you're recirculating your tent, the air out of it, exchanging, the air's coming up through those little vent holes at the bottom.
Yeah.
Should be coming through a dust room.
You're basically scrubbing the room at that point. So depending on how much weed you smoke, that's a whole other story. You may need to get a freestanding charcoal scrubber and just have it scrubbing the room constantly besides just the one inside the tent. Having the one inside the tent, creating that back pressure allows a vacuum effect. So all that fragrance, when they're getting into bloom, is going to go through the carbon filter, and you're not going to bother anybody.
Okay, so freestanding charcoal filter to smoke. Okay.
There's Fantech makes a good fan. You can get one of those pretty much at any hydro store. There's a lot of reputable carbon filters. I like the ones that are crushed carbon. Typically, they're a little bit lighter weight, but it also gives you more surface area because it's crushed carbon. It allows the fragrance to pass through it a little bit more effectively and deodorize, I think, versus the pelletized form.
And Alicia, this is important to know when you pair your carbon filter with whatever fan you have or you're going to buy. Whatever you intend in the total cubic feet to deodorize,
Okay.
you need to pull all of that air through that charcoal filter every 1 to 3 minutes.
1 to 3 minutes.
So how
Okay.
big is your apartment or the space where, is it a bedroom where you have a tent, into? Is
Yeah,
it?
I'm going to put the tent in my bedroom, and so it'll be in my area. But my apartment is like a 3-bedroom. I'm going to put it in my
Okay.
bedroom.
What size is your tent?
It's not a very big one. It's just a 2x2x4.
Right. So you can intend on deodorizing the entire area where the tent and your plants are. And then I would recommend probably smoking in the same area just to do that. If you wanted to say have a
Smoke in
smoking
your
lounge,
bedroom, girl.
a smoking lounge in bedroom number 3, you would get a carbon filter and fan.
Install
to,
one in
to
the bathroom.
deodorize that one.
Install one in the bathroom. It's a multi-purpose.
I just fucking blaze and blow it out under the door and say, what is legal?
You just take a deuce
And I have
and then
a
just be
patio.
like,
I have a patio that's got a screen on it, but it kind of sits outside, so.
Hell yeah. Let them know you're the cool neighbor.
Yeah, are you single?
It's 4th of July coming up. You may be invited to more barbecues.
Yeah,
Are you single? Are you single?
Yes.
Well, then blow that smoke on the balcony. You might get one of your neighbors be like, "Oh, what up, girl?" You
Smoke
might get a
me
date
out.
out of it.
Now I gotta see what the neighbors look like. I'm good.
Well, maybe they have a hot nephew or something.
There you go.
All right, Alicia, listen, I'm going to
See
send
what
you
that-
some Rapid Start, Cali Magic, and
Rapid-
Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics. I'm also going to send you some Smart Pots and a swag pack. Listen, get serious about growing, which you are, obviously. You're calling into the show. But go to bluelab.com, get control of your garden. Check out all the products they have. Start implementing these steps to get more control. You're going to be better off, and you're probably going to need a few more charcoal filters once it all goes down and you get that control. All right, Alicia, thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Cindy, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Nope, and I'm not leaving yet. I have to talk about one more thing.
Oh, yeah. No, we were talking about recirculating systems before you came back on the air, dude, and cut us off.
Oh, the son of a bitch.
Trying to just move right in there, huh?
Trying to stick to a time frame.
The hell with it.
Well, no.
Okay, just real quick. With the different ways of growing. So, say you're recirculating, which is probably going to be on the higher end now that people can't let the drain to waste go down the drain. But when you're recirculating, a lot of people have a tendency to just top off with water to bring their EC level to what it should be at that time.
Right.
The problem with that is that you don't know the NPK mix of whatever's left in your nutrient tank.
The plant will pull out certain things it needs.
Right. So when it comes back, it's high. You add water, it lowers the EC, but your mix there is not great. So if you use a float valve and every time the waters come back, add fresh water and then dose your nutrients again. So like with the Pro Controller, it'll automatically dose. Now you have at least 1/3 balanced NPK. So the people that tested this for us ended up with a 15% increase in yield.
Just with that simple control.
By allowing it to refill and then dose.
Top off with basically nutrients.
So, yeah, just fill the whole nutrient tank back up. So all the time you've got a full tank of nutrients. Where instead of topping off, you just don't know. And so people are getting, a little cheap and just wanting to top off because they don't want to have to throw nutrients away. Well, at the last week, just let it run without adding anything. So at the end, just let it go down, and then you won't throw away a full tank of nutrients.
If Jiggity Jerome got 15% more, he'd be getting 27 pounds
per gram. I'd be getting
per watt.
Per watt. Yeah. Hey, if you don't measure your pH now, and you want to give yourself a raise, measure your pH.
If you don't measure your wiener sometimes, you'll never know if it got smaller.
So how many in the room here has measured their
wiener?
Everyone, Cindy. And we start from the butthole.
That's always been my question. Where do you start?
Yeah, you start at the butthole because if you look at anatomy, it actually is. There's a lot of more of your penis is inside of your body.
Yeah,
at least for me, like the majority of it's inside. So
yeah, but that doesn't do us any good.
Hey, sorry. Be the best 2 minutes of your life.
Oh my goodness! Listen, you've said it all, Cindy.
I know I have.
You've done it all.
I have beat everybody over the head.
I don't know if I'll sexually harass or if I sexually harass someone.
You'll have to take your insurance class.
The Pro Controller, it's out now. We were talking about it for a long time. The Prairie Pod's up to 11 different nutrients. Your pH up, your pH down. You're good to go. Top it off.
Don't top off. Just let it refill with a float valve, so it's 100% full. Then it will actually dose your nutrients, and you'll be a much better place.
But let the machines do the work.
Yes.
You're
my gosh, it's so freaking easy.
You're like the Terminator lady. You're
is.
Sarah Connor.
She's a Sarah Connor.
You're bringing the machines.
I wish I was Sarah Connor.
You can be.
You're pretty buff.
No.
Dr. Duff would.
We just had to dye your hair.
No.
Didn't she have her hair cut short?
Listen,
I thought you wanted your hair long.
Listen,
you don't want to be Sarah
Cindy,
Connor.
a round of applause for
Thank
Cindy,
you,
everyone.
Thank you. Love coming in.
Go
guys.
to Blue Lab, bluelab.com. Cindy is available. Follow Cindy Blue Lab. Blue Lab Cindy? Cindy Blue Lab?
Cindy.
Blue Lab Cindy. Follow her on Instagram. And now it's time.
She
brought
loves
to you by
Tostitos and
Nanolux Tech. The sole reason Dr. Duff exists is to bring us our news. He flew in here on a red eye.
Yeah.
What a guy.
From Mendo, getting his Mendo Air.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if it's the same red eye.
Before that, though, he was in Australia getting his kangaroo.
Getting his brown eye.
Yeah, kangaroo
He
is awesome.
flew from Australia with his kangaroo.
What's up?
Straight to Mendo,
What's up,
got
Dr.
his
Duff?
air, flew in to do the news.
I got a story I just cannot believe.
What can't you believe about it?
This woman,
He got
A
it
woman?
Off of,
A woman.
Occupied
she
Democrat.
attacked her man with a machete
A machete?
Forced
Awesome.
him to have intercourse with her with a machete at his throat.
Dude.
Damn.
And I'm like, yeah, man, it wouldn't take that much for me to have that happen, man. But no.
That had to be one ugly woman.
Well, you know what I always say is pussy is like pizza. It's like some of it's better than others, but it's not like there's such thing as bad pizza.
Right? I mean, it's pizza. Yeah.
You bet Dr.
If she had to put a machete to him, that must be some bad vajayjay.
She put the machete to him and forced him to lay down and take his pants off, and then she took her pants off.
Enough
and then it
reliving your honeymoon night. Move on.
And it happened.
When my girl does that to me, I get extra stiff.
Well, honeymoon ride. Very nice. Thank you.
And then what happened?
And then there's another story. Some dude sent $30,000 worth of marijuana to the wrong address in Oklahoma.
What? Well, they just voted medical.
Yeah, he
Well,
was
here's-
like getting a jump on the game.
Oops.
Yes.
Here's where
Shout
the
out to
story
Dusty.
blows my mind. It was sent to the wrong address, and the guy that lived there decided to open up the package even though he didn't even order a package, and his name wasn't on that package.
And then he got arrested, right?
No, he still didn't get arrested. They went and they like freaking...
He was a cop.
The cops came and got it and confiscated it,
cop.
and then they put these stupid ass freaking posts on Facebook like, oh, hey, lost and found, 10 pounds of weed looking for its owner. Come and freaking get it.
So what'd they say when you called?
They want to know my name, and I said it was Jerome Horty.
They're like, can you just hold on the line for another 5 seconds so we can trace this?
And then I told him where I live.
Do you say you got flippy floppies for sale?
And then I was like, I'm going to be right there to pick it up. And then I sent some dude that got arrested.
Shout out to Charles from Smart Pot.
That dude, I paid him $10. He's arrested.
Horty, you had a night like that once, didn't you?
No one has nights like that.
No, but we can do this, Cindy.
No, when you were looking for bed bugs, you found a surprise package.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy times.
And then to another mind-blowing
We sold
event.
that. Finance DFZ radio.
The hottest chick
They wouldn't
in the
even come
World
to my room.
Cup. Have you seen her? She's from Russia.
Does she want to do it?
Dude, yes,
So
she
hard.
does.
She's
looking With for or without a machete?
Does she want to measure her Rockwell, her cocoa, or her soil?
With an
She's
8-inch
Russian
probe?
with a
the
love
pulse.
bone.
A dual 8-inch probe.
She's Russian with a love bone.
Oh,
well,
she's got the real pulse.
There, check her out. That's her.
Oh, I would.
Everybody's saying
I
she's the
would.
hottest chick, but then everybody's
Is she a
looking.
dude? Is she a dude? Did you just show me
She's a porn star.
You may, oh, that.
Yes.
Is she a dude?
And she's a swinging kind of porn star. So if you want to look her up, her name is Natalia Nemanolchkova.
So what about her?
How did you discover her, Duff?
I looked her up on I was
what's
looking
the
at the
news
World
about
Cup.
her?
I checked her out.
Is it a commercial for her?
Well, yeah, dude, because she's
I was
so hot.
checking my pulse.
I mean, the other chick that was
from
supposed
my
to be the
taint
hottest
to my head of my cock.
was Mexican, but
Oh,
now
sorry.
the
My
Russian chick just beat her.
Does she have a
Are
gag
we in safe
reflex?
harbor?
No, she doesn't. Of course she doesn't. She's
Oh,
from
she's a
Russia.
porn star.
Yeah, she's from Russia.
That's right. Russian
So.
porn stars don't even have a throat.
Yeah, well, you
Russian
guys
chicks
say
would be
soccer's
so
lame,
much
but
hotter
this
if they
chick
had
loves
French
it.
accents.
It's not soccer, it's cross-country kickball.
Well,
So
I don't know about
is
that.
there more news, or you just
And
gonna
then
go through your
there's
phone?
80 pounds worth of marijuana that was seized during a traffic stop.
Oops.
Oops is right. The car reeked. And the cop was like, dude, really? And the guy's like, bruh, just going down the interstate, just trying to get to my destination. Yeah, guess
just
what?
stopped at the dispensary and got my
Yeah.
weekend supply.
Motel 710 on 420 Highway.
He ain't making it, and he owes somebody a shit ton of money. And he was out there in Saraland, wherever the frick Saraland is. Saraland.
What is
Whatever.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Is that a
either.
wine thing like Syrah? or
There
something?
was, might be.
All
So
right.
anyways,
Probably
What
not
else you
even
got?
Saraland.
That's
It's probably
it,
like
man.
You got something else
Sutherland.
down there.
Oh yeah, I got Patty.
Dude,
Permit Patty.
That's my cousin's name.
Permit
Sarah
Patty.
Southern.
Permit Patty is losing more and more business.
Hey, show us what she did with the phone.
You know what she did with her phone? She was doing this, pointing her phone at
Hey,
somebody,
you gotta go down.
and she's like, "Oh my God, there's somebody over here selling water. You gotta bust their ass. They don't have a permit. They're not allowed to do
selling
it.
water without a permit.
Wait, you're selling water without a permit? How dare you?" So she's
And
getting
she was a
fucked.
cannabis entrepreneur.
She has like a dog food laced
she's a
with
bitch.
cannabis. And She's a bitch. And nobody wants to do business with a bitch, so she's fucked.
Yeah.
So she just lost out
Hey,
on being
fuck
part
that
of the
permit
Cannabis
patty bitch.
business. Permit Patty, you fucked up, bitch.
Yeah, we need to check the rest of those people.
That's the last thing we need is somebody to, making an honest living as a little kid.
You just can't leave that.
Trying to make an honest living as a little kid.
I'm just trying to make me some McDonald's.
She just wants to go to Disneyland, for God's sake.
I'm just trying to get me a Mick toy.
Can a 6-year-old dream?
Who needs the water? Water for sale.
Let a kid make a living.
She's gonna roll up on people selling lemonade and Kool-Aid next. Shit.
She's like,
water.
Patty.
Are you paying taxes?
So
She
Permit
dropped-
Patty.
that chick would drop the 411 on you growing your own.
Oh, and then, yes, today, Oklahoma
411
legalized
or
the
911?
medical marijuana.
711 if you're digging around gas lines.
Yeah, Oklahoma just did it.
40
Legalized marijuana de medical.
Oh,
So-
all 50,000 people in Oklahoma can get it.
Yeah, you can have 8 ounces, 6 plants. It's super lax, just like how California used to be. So I'm moving there because it's kind of like how California was.
You,
I love the good
you
old
would
days.
love Oklahoma. Your
yeah.
your brown wife and kids would not like it so much.
I might get kicked out,
Dude,
but I'm coming.
If they had marijuana back in the day, Timothy McVeigh wouldn't have done what he did in Oklahoma.
Oh my God!
Oh, here you go.
There we go. Now he does get
You guys
political.
fucked up. Let
He
people
was a
smoke their
little
weed.
wound tight.
Yeah.
He was high.
He
when
was
he
a little
parked
tight.
that
Damn,
RV.
that's fucked
Do some
up.
dabs.
Rider's truck.
That's fucked up.
You gotta make it easy
Dr.
to
Duff.
take it easy, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you so much for coming in. And do you
Yeah,
have
you're
some
welcome.
of your world-renowned Dove products available? What do you got?
Yeah, I got Kangaroo. I got Mendo Air, sorry. A little Mendo Breath there, too.
Army worms.
Army worms are there
Because
all
they do
day.
what?
Because they kill everything.
They go deep and they go hard.
And they do that, too.
Mendo Breath is what the Trimmigan
They take no
Trimmigrants get
prisoners.
in November.
They take no prisoners.
They take no prisoners.
Yes. And along with all my other fabulous products,
Like what?
like my Forgive.
Forgive what?
When you're mixing your nutrients and you're a little faded and you might have double dosed a little A or the B or the C or the D.
But never
That's
forget.
why
a
you
little
need an
Forgive in there.
EC meter.
Well, you just put a Forgive in there, wipes it back out for you, and just
Yeah.
start over.
But never forget.
Just use a little Forgive, not to forget.
Oh, put a dust room on it. You're good.
Just put a touch room on
And
it.
if you need to forget, you got the new Duffman Forget.
And if you need to forget it, bro, because do I need that right now? Fuck, I don't have it. Forget it. Just carry on.
Hey, did you ever forget to water your plants because you drank too much Miller Lite on Wednesday nights answering people's calls?
Ah, yeah, I
I
forgot
have.
it. I
Therefore,
forget it.
I just spray some Forget on the plants.
Yeah, just in the morning when everything's a little limpy. Forget it.
about it.
Forget it. And then they'll be
Spray
right
some
back to
forget
normal.
about it. on
Forget it.
Nothing
And then-
phospholo can't solve.
Yeah. And then it also kills powder mildew and mites.
That was in Francisco, amigo.
That's right.
Just
So
remember,
check it out.
16 mils a gallon.
What about Dr. Dove's D-Load?
Yes, the deload. That one goes deep and it goes hard. Because if you need small yields, deload's sure to deliver. If you need wispy hay, fever-looking shit, the
Great for
deload.
extracts.
It's great for extracts because you don't want to have too much nug there. You want to have like leaf.
No nug.
So the deload, no nug.
Hit him up on the
Deload.
DM. On
Give
the
my
deload.
deload for the no nug.
For death.
Thank you.
All right.
Deload.
Man, Dr. Dove, thanks again for coming back and being
Thanks.
a part of the show, even though you try to quit on us. How many jobs have you quit?
You make
All
me
of
quit
them.
every job.
All right, Dr.
Fire
Dove.
me, hire
Dr.
me,
Dove
fire
quit,
me.
quit the lift. Actually, I don't think that he actually quit. I think that he may have got bad ratings where he was suspended.
No way, bro.
But
I was
nonetheless,
the king.
Nonetheless, he's here.
Yeah.
And he's doing the news.
There.
And we also have Horty Chris that wants to give us our grand prize question.
Wants to give it.
He
What's
likes
the
to receive
name?
it.
What's the name of the new product from Blue Lab? That's not it.
562-653-0707. We have a gallon Turpinator. We also have a pH pin from Blue Lab. Some Granddaddy pads from Green Pads. A full line of mission fertilizer. Some Smart Pots. A double-ended Max Power 1000-watt bulb. That's a $150 value bulb right there. And also some swag from GH and Botanicare. 562-653-0707. What's the name of the new meter we debuted? Is it even on the website yet?
It's on the website. You won't be able to place orders till the end of July.
All right, but it's up there.
But it's up there. Check it out. It's so great.
Oh, I gotta check my. Oh, I think I'm having.
Oh, no heart attack.
Here we go.
Hey, you have your finger on the.
I got my finger on the Oh, no. Call in 562-653-0707.
DFZ Radio.
Peace in the Middle East. Everyone stay righteous. Bop, bitty bop, bop, bop. Down by the beach.
She girl them wind up like me they a calibash. Boy, feeling so good, couple grams in my pocket. If you not smoke, that's okay, but don't you knock it. God bless the nation, yet no people have a high grade occupation. Yeah, me say so anytime you see me, when you see me eyes red up, yeah. It's a habit, not go let up, yeah. Cause all me really need is a little bit of weed and a woman by my side and a reggae beat, yeah. And I bet you never know until you do it now. Moment come in, tell them how the habits feed down. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn. And so I light it up. I live and I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up.
DFZRadio.com. Hey, yo, this is Spanky Hayes, motherfucking Spanky Hayes, funny motherfucking Spanky Hayes. Shout out to DFZRadio.com.
Okay, got your ballasts checked, reflectors checked, fans checked, just about ready to get growing. The last thing you need is your bulbs.
Let me get like 12 of, whatever's the cheapest you got.
Bro, really? You're using the best soils, best nutrients, best equipment, and you're going to use an Econo brand lamp? If you really want the best of the best, you need to go with the Ushio Hilux Grow Lamp. Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps have the highest quality and consistency in their construction, and they're engineered to give your plants the light spectrum they need for the best growth and biggest harvest. Plus, Ushio is the only company that offers 2100 micromole light output without needing to overdrive your lamps and ballasts. That means more light for your plants and longer light for your lamps.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay, sold. Give me the Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps.
Professional growers know not every lamp will give plants what they need to optimize their growth and yields and maximize profits. That's why the pros choose Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps. Offered in a full range of high-pressure sodium, metal halide, and ceramic metal halide options, Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps ensure that your plants are covered from seed to harvest no matter what lighting system you're using. For over 50 years, Ushio has been a trusted name and a leader in specialty lighting, and they stand by their name with a no questions asked 1-year warranty. So whether you run 5 lights or 500, you can be confident that you're buying the best horticulture lamps on the market. Ask for Ushio Hilux Grow Lamps and make sure to check them out online at www.ushio.com.
You are listening to Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ Radio Network.
What is? Hey, are you a soil grower and tired of using salt and synthetic-based fertilizers and not getting the results that you wanted? Well, for hydroponics, those products work great. But in soil, they suck. All those feeding schedules are out of range for what we think is good for soil growers. Mission Fertilizer is a new product on the market that's specific to soil gardening. They have a grow, bloom, and boost. It's a super premium organic 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost. It's a feeding program that can be used in bag soils like Ocean Forest and Happy Frog, Victory Mix, or Empire Builder, even Roots Organic, Royal Gold, and so forth. It can be used in any soil mix. Super simple to use, 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost to get the most out of your garden. It's organic listed, pH stable, and safe to use with tap water. No need to ppm or EC or pH your tap water if you're mixing in Mission Fertilizer liquid. Go to missionfertilizer.com, grow the best, and see the proof is in the plants.
Heavy T hooked me up, man. Thanks.
That's right. That's right.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
DFZRadio.com.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the VermiBat Guano Fertilizer and the VermiBlood Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
Heavy T Grow Show, baby.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky rooster timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXTECH.com.
From Manila to Mendo, Santiago to San Diego, the war rages on. Everywhere gardeners struggle against the chains of tyranny, growers fight for their inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of higher yields. Voices around the world are raised in a chorus exclaiming, "No more! No more weak potting soils! No more trying to grow plants in a soil that doesn't have enough nutrients to sustain life." The people are rising up and demanding Sanctuary Soils Victory Brand Superior Garden Mix. Victory Garden Mix, a blend of the best composted forest humus, peat moss, and perlite. Victory Garden Mix, teeming with worm castings, humic shale ore, fish, shrimp, crab, and kelp meal. Victory Garden Mix, rich with dolomite and gypsum lime, glacial rock dust, oyster shell, and azomite. The people cry out in unison proclaiming, "We demand the freedom to grow the best plants possible in the best soil available." Sanctuary Soil is answering your call, freeing you from the shackles of inferior soils. Sanctuary Soil's Victory Brand Superior Garden Mix, the best, highest quality planting mix available anywhere, is now available to you by the bag or by the truckload. For more information, contact your local hydroponics store or go online to sanctuarysoil.com. Sanctuary Soil's Victory Brand Superior Garden Mix, because together we can grow it.
DFZRadio.com.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Get your paper, 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 get your paper. I hustle hard, 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 I hustle hard. Yeah, stack that money, just money, just money. Yeah, stack that money, just stack that money. Yeah, stack that money, just money, just money. Yeah, stack that money, just stack that money. You weak hustlers just make me laugh, and I ain't fucking with it if it don't make me cash. All I do is stack money. I'm a grown ass man. This a West Coast addiction. Team on the map, bring the heat on the track, bring the fire in the booth. I'm tired of these motherfuckers lying to you. It's for the real ass hustlers who clocking that dough like Urban G. Bo, who just got home. Get your paper up. Get your paper up, get your paper up, get your paper up, get your paper up, get your paper up. I hustle hard, 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 I hustle hard.
Here they come.
Yes, that
The Keystone Cops. Look at me! Look at me! I'm Heavy T. I'm so sweet.
Look at me! I got radio show.
Look at me! I come back to just give away the grand prize. Dr. Duff
good.
in studio giving away the grand prize. Look at this Autobus.
What is this thing?
That's the thing that you put your wiener in.
Makes it bigger?
And Autobus is it.
I need that.
It's from the Banana Bros.
Banana hammock bros.
Yep, Banana Bros. I can only assume that anything named Autobus.
Within no time.
Autobus.
And in no time, I'm going to be
How
in a
many
banana
boosters?
hammock. Impressing. Impressing the Autobus ladies.
It's very impressive.
Autobus, you press sauce button, and it Autobuses your cock.
Exclusively from the Autobus.
It takes your cock and Autobuses it.
It's just even funnier, Banana Brothers.
Banana hammock brothers.
Not the Banana Brothers, the Banana Bros.
Banana bros.
Get it right. Get it right. I'll get the fuck out.
Autobus it.
Okay, grand
We're
prize
giving
time.
away Saints Auto.
What is the grand prize question?
Auto. It's only been used once, yeah.
Das is true.
Not even yet. We gave it away.
I remember that one time, man, where they were like selling the used.
It's Horty Chris's time to shine. Come on.
The used pussy thing where he's like, man, it's like the used pussy.
All right. Remember that time that you were off the show? Let's not relive that.
But no, it was on the Howard
Stay
Stern
on the show.
It was funny.
Okay, Autobus.
It's only been used once, bro.
Make sure you check out Garden Culture Magazine, the best indoor gardening magazine on the fucking planet. It's available online at gardenculturemagazine.com or at your local hydro store. It's released about, 4 to 6 times a year. It's bi-monthly, something.
420,
somewhere around there. But
By
the
what?
last edition has an article by yours truly on the importance of air filtration.
Who's yours
On
truly?
dust shrooms. Take shrooms, everybody.
Just
All right. What's the grand prize question?
True, man.
The grand prize question is, why the fuck is Jiggity Jerome on the show?
I'm here to piss you off. I'm doing a
Call
good job.
1-562.
All right.
Jiggity.
What is the
get
name?
jiggity.
What is the name of the new meter? The one we debuted.
The new product
debuted
by
tonight.
Blue Lab.
Noventa, the year of the dust shroom.
Nicole, what's going on?
What's up?
What's up, yo? Hey.
How y'all tonight?
We're well.
Living the dream.
I could be higher.
Yeah, we could be. Smoke some of this
I could
stuff.
probably higher.
But listen, you heard the entire show, I hope.
You heard.
And we debuted a new product from Blue Lab. Horty Chris, the question is what?
What is the name of the new Blue Lab product?
It is pulse meter.
Pulse meter.
That's right. It's not even the pulse meter. It's pulse meter. The Blue Lab pulse meter.
Woo!
Yeah, you go stick it in your grow, medium up to 8 inches deep.
Up to 8 inches.
So
Dual
deep,
probes, girl.
So deep, put your rock wool to sleep.
How's that sound?
Damn.
That sounds great.
Yes, it does.
Sounds like it's gonna fit.
Some mission fertilizer, some turpinator.
She's like, good thing it's got
a double-ended
dual
Max
probes.
Par bulb from Nanolux. I said the full line. Granddaddy pads from Green Pads. GDP.
Oh, that's great.
Some GDP, some smart pods.
That's
a
great.
truncheon meter.
No, it was something else, right?
It's
Was it a
16
truncheon?
inches.
Oh, a truncheon and a pH meter.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
That's what's up, girl. Hey, each and every Wednesday from 6 o'clock to almost 10. What do we do, Horty?
Who's hooking you up with the dopest grow knowledge and the freshest grow gear?
The Heavy Tea Grow Show.
Girl, keep growing on. I love the women growers. You guys grow the best. They know how to nurture the goddamn plants.
They know how to get the maximum.
Dr. Duff, he chokes them. What does he do?
Yeah, choke them into mission.
Submission.
Submissions. Emissions.
Emissions.
Because they give
He's
off
like-
emissions when
he's
I
like,
do
I
it.
put my catalytic converter on them.
I'll be passing smog.
Choke them. And other than that, we
out. We ain't out. All right, now we out?
Yeah.
All right. I thought we had this whole thing to read. We got news covered. Ladies and gentlemen, the event's coming up, the 4th annual The Function. And this is what Horty should be reading because this is his homie. Yeah. I want to give a big shout out to Ron
but it's
Finley
your
and what
show,
he's
so I
doing.
can't read it 'cause
Go
you
ahead.
gotta
You
read
start
it.
off, Horty Chris.
That's right. The 4th annual The Function, a community fun fest presented by the Ron Finley Project.
Woo, woo.
This Saturday, June 30th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Gangsta Gardner.
at the Vermont Square Library at 1201 West 48th Street in Los Angeles, California.
And NCIA's Cannabis
It's free
Business
and fun
Summit.
for the whole family. And I know about it, and it's not all listed here, but they're going to have food trucks and face painting for the kids and guest speakers and art and all kinds of good shit going on this Saturday from 10 to 5 at the Vermont Square Library. My man, Ron Finley, holla at your board.
Well, that's exciting.
Dodgers SoCal Grower Skybox Sweepstakes, presented by Miller Soil Co., sponsored by Heavy Tea Grow Show and DFC Radio, and Honor the Plant. Because growers need a day off too, you can win one of 20 tickets to the LA Dodgers versus Padres game on August 25th, 2018. Enjoy access to a private skybox and hang out with fellow growers like Jiggity Jerome, Horty Chris, and Dr. Doofus, including some of Southern California's top professional growers, which are none of those guys. All winners will receive a swag bag. Enter to win by clicking on the link in DFC Radio or Heavy Tea's Grow Show or Miller_Soils_LLC or Honor Cannabis. Come on. Go give them a follow.
The NCIA's
I already
Cannabis
read that one.
Business
That one
Summit.
sucks.
No, you didn't. Summit and
Your
Expo
mom.
is July 25th, 26th.
You want me to read this long one?
In San Jose, and they're doing all kinds of shit over there. Coming to the Bay Area, the epicenter of the cannabis movement. Yeah, whatever.
Epicenter my ass.
Yeah.
I got your epicenter right here, San Jose.
Celebrate 5 years of getting Mendo air.
I had,
and
yeah.
Jiggity.
San Jose is kind of a stuffy area.
Hey, did you tell everybody about the California July 1st is the deadline for existing California cannabis companies to comply with Prop 64?
No, because none of our listeners comply with shit.
Right. Yeah, who gives a shit? Fuck California and Gavin Newsom and that bullshit Prop 64 fucking the game up.
But Canada,
They finally, after 95 years of cannabis prohibition, they passed legislation Bill C-45 that lays the groundwork for a multi-billion-dollar marijuana industry. Canada becomes the first G20 nation to legalize recreational cannabis, setting precedents for the rest of the world.
Precedents.
The legislation has already influenced British politicians.
Oh, what?
Former Conservative Party leader William Hague has called for legalization, and British citizens are putting more political pressure on the Prime Minister.
How does Canada have more influence on Britain than the U.S.?
Because
their Prime Minister's last name is Trudeau.
Yeah.
They're French.
They have more influence on them because
hey, amigo,
they're scared of us.
Amigo,
We punked them.
escúchame.
Jeez.
El Estado de Oklahoma, sí, becomes the latest state to legalize medical cannabis. That's Oklahoma for all you non-Espanol speakers. Voters in the conservative state supported the measure by a double-digit margin despite a strong last-minute opposition effort by a coalition that included Dr. Duff, Horty Chris, and Jiggity Jerome.
What?
And all the religious leaders, law enforcement, and business groups. Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallon recently characterized the statutory change as so open-minded that it is a tantamount to allowing recreational cannabis. Falling plans to Cal a special session to develop a regulatory framework.
You mean Fallon plans to call a special session to develop a regulatory framework?
Oh, Fallon. Her name is Fallon.
She's like,
she smokes so much of the diamond.
No lie, you know it. Fallon. Call a special session to discuss.
Keep an eye out on the following
legalization.
bills.
Remix.
AB 3157, bill to lower California cannabis tax rates, passes second committee. What? That sounds like bullshit. Why are you trying to like compete with this
I didn't
black
see
market
that on
shit?
Facebook.
AB 2166 Farm Bill provides incentives for farmers to adopt efficiency technologies and positive labor practices. HB 1263, the autism spectrum disorder as a qualifying condition for medical marijuana. Yeah, give the fucking kids some weed so they can deal with your ass yelling at
everyone
them.
weed.
All up in their face, like trying to make them do shit.
Weed.
All right.
Oh, yeah. And California Cannabis Cultivation Licensing Division released their annual cannabis cultivation annual license application. For more info, visit calcannabis.cda.ca.gov.fuckyoubitch.
Don't care. You can't afford it.
We out. Take us out hard and deep.
Yeah.
I'm here for the ripping and the tearing.
That's right. If it ain't bleeding, you're not getting pleased.
Ripping and the tearing.